very sad.
Oh,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to. Never mind what it says underneath Ollie. That might be a little incorrect because I slacked and Aaron yelled at me. But welcome to
Wait,
chapter
Scott,
four.
you slacked?
No, welcome.
You
It's fake news. I never
no.
said that. I never said that. It never happened. It's not like you have
Scott,
video.
do I have a token
Could have
yet?
even made me do it. You know?
Scott, do I have a token yet? Yeah.
I was thinking about that today. So
Oh, I always do that on my
uh,
laptop too.
downtime.
Eric has my laptop. Oh, no. No, I'm kidding.
no.
If you actually remind me when we go on the break, I'll take care of it then. So, hi everybody. How we all doing? Welcome to Eberron, Chapter 4, Eye of the Storm. So, how's let's I suppose start this chapter with a little quick sum up of last chapter. I'm gonna leave this one because this is gonna be fun for nobody. Erin, could you please tell us a sum up of last chapter?
All right. The last chapter, we decided that we couldn't destroy the Thorian creature. I don't know, for reasons. We decided to work with its followers to recover it and eventually transport to Zendrick. So we hopped on an airship, which Kyrann had gotten from her family to travel with, to Valinor. We discovered that they were putting the Thorian in a crate on an airship and transporting it elsewhere. So we went onto that airship.
No, we.
I went onto the airship, and we murdered everyone. Took the airship and flew off. So we do have the Thorian.
Also, he said the whole chapter. You
takeaway.
skip like most of the.
Oh,
chapter.
So I
Sorry.
just literally
I'll
just
just
thinking,
the episode.
okay, I said chapter. I think she did the last session.
I didn't hear. Yeah.
No, that's
So-
fine. That's fine. I can't rag on not hearing because
In the beginning, we went into the woods. We originally got to some town outside of in the middle of Kabara. This dude from House Kenneth was like, "Hey, I want you to go in the woods and find all my friends. They were doing some research. I want you to go find them, save them, and try to pick up the research." We go in there. Turns out, oh no, it's a trap. It was actually just zombies the whole time. So we run away. We're saved by an albino lizard, and then we escape back to the town. Turns out, hey, Kenneth guy was kind of a dick. Yeah, he gave us payment for the job. He's like, oh man, you didn't do the job exactly as I wanted to, but here's payment anyways. Turns out the payment was a bomb. That was pretty awesome. So Stalborg kind of died, but didn't.
He got better.
he got better.
Yeah, he got better. It blew up our ship. We had to go back to a second port, like 10 feet from the other port, which that's progress. And then from there, we had to trek back to the other town because we found out that apparently Kyrann was a renegade, not renegade. You know what I'm talking about. She was on the lam from the law.
I was wanted for questioning.
because she may have paid someone with the bombs that we received, and they got blown up too. So that wasn't great. We went back. Turns out this whole town was actually under control by this mind-controlling plant thing, the Thorian that was previously mentioned. We tried to go kill the Thorian. Turns out there was another group of dicks there that were trying to stop us. They were trying to capture the Thorian for their own reasons, and so they were able to repel us because we were too busy fighting like the hordes of other shit that was there. And so we retreated. They were able to collect the Thorian. We went back, and the Thorian spies were like, "Hey, we're gonna be friends with you now because we want you to collect the Thorian again, so we can, all go live happily ever after somewhere else." And we were like, "Yeah, sure, totally. That's totally how this is gonna work out." And so we went and collected the Thorian in some fashion. Mostly Kyrann lightning bolting innocent people so she can hit one person that she didn't even know.
Actually, by definition,
wait.
innocent people.
And then just summoning a lightning storm out of her ass like she's ought to do and killing more innocent people. And then after we did that, we commandeered. Actually, I would say we borrowed without intention of returning.
I haven't been excoriated yet, so technically it's owned by my house, so it's my ship.
You know, if you never see the paperwork, How do you know?
Yeah, exactly. And
They can't send a
so
letter to you when you're flying around on a pirate ship.
now we're kind of flying around trying to figure out what we want to do with our lives. I'm pretty sure we're picking up like right after last session.
So
if I'm correct.
last session was supposed to be a time jump forward, and for several reasons, that's kind of what I wanted to do. However, off-camera chatters with Aaron was more or less like, nope. No, you want to jump 12 hours? We can jump a long rest. That's
I don't even think that we could
that's like-
jump
That's
12
nice.
hours.
I'll take that. You
Yeah.
know,
That's
charge the
okay.
spells.
We can do
No.
it, and we're in Airport. Boom.
No, because we
Perfect,
Reich
We can skip
needs
that
to
whole
have
part and
words
just
with,
say we were single.
with Kyrann.
Do we really though? Do we
Yeah.
just say that happened?
Reich needs to talk to Kyrann. This is kind of a
It's
requirement.
literally
Reich
so.
it's literally one of those
Bella
things.
needs to talk to Kyrann.
We're going to jump forward a good number of hours, and the only reason why we're doing that is because I know everybody needs to talk to Kyrann, but at the same time, everybody needs to talk to Kyrann. But at the same time, I also imagine everybody feels as though like we all need a minute. You know what I mean? Like this was some shit. We all need a moment, and so that's why everybody's like, okay, we'll take a step back. We'll all just kind of like rest, have a meal, maybe rummage through ship a little bit, and then and kind of like lick our wounds, and then actually have conversations. So the first person I want to have approach Kyrann, probably because we should have this start not on a screaming match, is Stalbor. So before Stalbor actually goes up to Kyrann to have the conversations with her that he probably needed to have, Stalbor, you don't sleep. So
No.
I'm
actually very busy.
See you. You don't sleep. So what were you doing?
Commanding the undead that are running the ship. I have to be paying attention to it. I imagine I could just put them on autopilot, but they're zombies, so they won't be very efficient. So I'm running the ship by like 6 zombies that are going around.
What's the maximum number of zombies you can
There's
have?
no maximum number. I just used all my spell slots. So we ended up with about 6, I think.
Okay.
Because I make double the amount of normal. And I had 3 spell slots or something.
Okay. So you can make the total of 6. So you just have to cast that every day, right?
Yeah. I would just be sucking up all my spell slots into that every day.
Gotcha. It's not like the old days where you can have loads. You have a very, very finite number.
No, it's I get double the amount of normal, and they're stronger and smarter and more efficient.
What's their
and all that stuff.
intelligence?
They're still
Yeah, necromancers aren't really good at being necromancers in 5e.
No.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
to be
Kind
fair
of a
though,
gripe
Aaron,
I have.
to be fair though, unless you went like super crazy with like side books, clerics are the best necromancers in 3rd edition
I know.
too. So
Yeah.
they get more hit points. They get more my proficiency modifier, which I understand as them being slightly smarter in combat and being able to do things. But you know, it's up to you. It makes sense for Stalbor fucking 5 intelligence that he's kind of min-maxing like he's playing StarCraft.
Gotcha. Okay, well, you're fine. So you're good. So you go there, you're kind of more or less managing them. You don't know how to sail. However, you are an actual genius. And so you can easily assist them in doing things. And the fun part is if you see them doing something wrong, because you have a 21 strength because the belt that you have on, you can be like, no, you're doing it wrong.
Don't tell anyone.
And then like they're
Yes.
like, oh, okay, that's what we're doing. And like 4 of them do like what you just did with one hand.
Yeah, but the thing is Stalbor doesn't know how
Buff
to
boys.
use his strength, so he still totally couldn't do like rigging or anything.
Yeah. All right, I just realized my microphone was like against my face from like when I was setting things up, so it can be a lot quieter now. All right, so yeah, so you're just taking care of that. While you're going around and giving them tasks and have them do things, Stalbor, could you roll me a perception check, please? And because of time spent, roll me it with advantage, please.
Say good. Look at that. A roll. Look at that! Season 3! He's the season of Stalbor.
You see that? This is the start of the season for Stalbor. This little guy right here.
This is the high point for Stalbor right here.
And new stuff. So powerful.
All right,
Wow.
so
Enough of that.
all right, so you guys so you do that, thank you. And you're walking around, and what you notice is you see signs that other people are on this ship too. Living people. and like a little bit of kind of like looking around and trying to find them. You don't
Oh,
need to
dear.
make an investigation check because you're actually smart enough and you're perceptive enough that I'm not going to make you roll investigation. You look around for a little while and you are able to find out that there are in fact other people definitely still alive on the ship. You've actually been able to pinpoint there's one like storeroom where they're holed up in there and the door is shut, and you kind of like gently try the handle to see if and it's jammed or locked. So there's definitely people locked up
I
in there.
cast knock on it.
And we'll do that in a second. And you also find out, like, down in the primary storage area of the ship, you heard somebody scuttling around down there, and we're kind of, like, looking around and checking things out yourself. You realize they're probably hiding inside one of the crates down there. But you think that's probably an individual as opposed to multiple people's. All right, let's go back to what you were doing. Go ahead.
I would cast a knock on the locked door.
Okay.
Which
So
I don't think I have a spell card for because it's on a different book.
So you
Does.
Yeah. So you cast knock on the door, and it opens up, and you walk. You just walk in.
I would stand in the doorway for a bit, and I imagine like there's probably some magic going on because I'm commanding all the zombies, and I'm always on with the staff at the moment, which is why this is always within arm's reach for prop time. So I would just stand there and kind of like look in, but sort of expecting something to happen, you know.
Just to be clear, it is Eye of the Storm. Yep. Okay. Just making sure. With the comma. Just because.
Is with a comma?
Yep, with the comma. Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
You know, you're fine. No, you're fine. That's why I was confirming.
Oh, yeah.
She's just the worst when it comes to everything.
I'm not the worst. You're the worst.
So
well,
when you go in there,
be the worst.
when you go in there, Stalbor, because the way that this room is set up, you can't see anybody immediately because they could easily be hiding behind crates or something like that inside here. So you walk in, get your staff out and everything, and nobody, you don't see anybody.
I'm an elf.
immediately.
I wait.
Okay. So
They have to move before I do.
you just sit there waiting. Roll me a perception check, please.
Hell yeah. Do. Not gonna Eric it. There we go.
After a decent period of time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, who cares? You're depressed. It all blends
Nothing
together.
to an elf.
Yeah. So finally, you hear somebody kind of whisper in Elven, of course, but it has that like half elf kind of.
It's a different dialect.
Yeah, exactly. Like accent to it. Like, is he still here? I don't know if he ever came in. You hear another person respond. Should I look? Well, you're already talking. And so, from behind one of the crates, you see like a little head kind of like peek out for a second and like drop back down, and they're like, "Yep."
Stalbor laughs. Stalbor doesn't. He can't stop himself from laughing when he finds something funny. He would just laugh at that, and then he would walk over and then like tap the top of the crate with the staff. He enjoys the staff.
The person, they heard you laugh, and you tap the top of the crate, and they jump up, and they draw their saber that they have with them at the same time, and they hold their saber out, and you can instantly tell, because obviously, like, you go on alert when that kind of stuff happens. You're an adventurer, you've been through tons of combat. You can see that the way that they hold their blade, they've been trained. They know what they're doing. This isn't just like something on their hip. However, you can also see the fear in their eyes. Like, they have no idea what the hell is going on. And you're wearing Lyrandar clothing, but you're still a really disgusting, intimidating person to look at. Especially when you're wearing Lyrandar clothing, because it just doesn't make sense. So...
No. I drew Stalbor recently. He doesn't look right.
No.
He's also wearing a chromatic, shiny cloak. Like, it's stupid.
Nope. Shiny on the inside, chromatic on the outside.
He's like an MMO character, but he wears it the wrong way around.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Where's it inside out?
He's like an MMO character where he's got the best gear, but it's not matching sets.
Yep.
I suppose, I'd go in a bit of a battle mode, and then I guess I'd bark at him.
Sure.
Not like a dog. Just like a... Yeah, no. I'm trying to think of what he would... he would say, "What are you doing here?" But he knows what they're doing here. He goes, "What are you hoping to achieve?" In Elvish.
Yeah. Not dying?
You're far more useful alive than dead right now, you realize? You're far more useful, obedient, than disobedient right now. You realize?
Are you actually of our house? He says, like looking around, and he looks at two other points that you notice. He looks at like two other points as though like trying to get like affirmation from other people around.
That's really neither here nor there right now.
Are you gonna kill me?
What matters right now is that I'm the first mate of this ship. I'd imagine he wasn't told that he'd say he is.
Yeah. That I can understand. And he sheathes the sword and says, "What do you need?"
I think our captain can decide that. Dog makes sad.
I don't think he's gonna kill us. Maybe you should.
No, I'm not gonna kill any of you.
This is the person kind of turning back and they calling to others.
Yeah, I know.
And the you see three other heads pop up, and so there's a total of 4 of them inside here, and all of them are half elves. Every one of them wearing Lyriandar clothing, and not everybody looks very satisfied with the situation. But what do you expect?
Come along. I'll take you to the captain, and if any of you have any silly ideas, I'll, rip the skin off your bones. You need that.
If they were thinking that maybe you were lying, as you were saying that, they then come into view of the working undead that are here.
Yeah.
Now, there's an important thing to note. Undead in most campaigns are not well looked upon. In Eberron, they're also not well looked upon, being a necromancer and all that stuff, unless you're from Karnath. That's the only place where it's like, okay, we don't mind it so much. You're actually intrinsic to our society, da-da-da-da. But when
It's more known of.
When a Karnathi corpse crafter creates a zombie or a skeleton or whatever, versus a rando elf creates these things, it's very different. And anybody who's somewhat savvy in the Five Nations exploration experience, whatever, they can see that difference. And so they clearly know this was not like some Karnathi craft.
I imagine the whole sort of thing going on with Stalbor, with like the pale skin and the cracks and it's sort of almost melting, is happening to all the zombies. Because it makes sense they would match him.
Yeah. In the image of your own creator, right? So,
exactly.
Nice. So, all right. So you go walking through, and nobody says anything wrong whatsoever.
Lead them to Kyrann, and then I would just quite loudly say, "We have stowaways."
Oh dear.
They might be of use.
We'll keep him on the ship for now, and then we'll drop him off at the next port.
And then he'll nod and just turn to them like, "Well, you heard the woman. Make yourselves useful until then."
They'll look around at one another, like nodding, like happy about that. They see Kyrann. Clearly, she's a captain. Clearly, she's a Valsalandar.
Dragon mark.
The dragon mark. There's all that stuff. They don't question it. They don't question her or anything. This whole scenario is just not a good thing. They have no idea. Like, you looking at them, you don't think that any of them know exactly what happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those like, we're just gonna kind of follow along and see what just kind of like see how things play out. And so they immediately jump to following whatever orders that you guys give them. And so Stalbor is effectively in charge of 10 people right now, if you think that undead people are people.
Stalbor does. He's giving them names.
Do you try to ferret out that other person?
Yeah, I would tell Kyrann, like, there's someone else down in the hold. I haven't even looked through the hold yet. There's a lot of boxes.
Well, we're gonna have to find them.
Yeah, I'll poke around.
Okay.
We'll get back to that a little bit later. Who wants to go next, Bellum or Reich?
Bellum, go ahead.
Bellum. Okay. So Bellum, immediately after all that stuff happened and whatnot, you of course you were a huge proponent of the combat. Took a bunch of great shots. Got up your new carpet. You took a few hits yourself, but nothing devastating. You took your long rest. You rest up a little bit, kind of collect your thoughts. But is there anything else you really cared to do before you go approach Kyrann, or eh?
I actually wouldn't approach Kyrann. I would wait for her to approach me, and I would probably play with the magic carpet.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm stuck at the helm of the ship.
Yeah, she literally
No.
So
cannot
it's
leave the
no,
helm.
not like
I understand it. I'm fine with time passing. I'm totally just like,
We're
I would
talking
eventually
she
call
can't
Bellum up.
leave the helm for 24 hours straight. Somebody needs to make her coffee.
no, I understand. I wouldn't go talk to her like she said. If she eventually like sends for me, then I'll go up to talk to her. But I wouldn't approach for days.
Okay. Um,
Reich will probably come to me before then.
then,
Yeah.
Mike, what were you doing with your time? Very little
Even though-
time beyond
even
your
the-
request.
Well, I like I said when we were on the other ship, I spent my entire time trying to learn how to sail, but now I'm thrown completely out of my depth again and on an airship. So I'm doing everything I can to try to learn as much as humanly possible to make myself useful on the ship.
Okay. So more or less, you rest up and you just kind of jump into work. You don't try to do any me time, anything. You just, all right, let's see what I can do to help out, and you kind of jump right into that. All right, not a problem. Eventually, you get up the minds to speak to Kyrann. She's at the helm. You come to the realization, either because you just already knew with high wisdom, or figured it out along the way, that she can't leave the helm. She's literally stuck there. Do me a both Bellum and Reich. You guys don't have to roll anything. It's very obvious that she is heading back the way that you had originally come when you were on the homing pigeon, right? So it's very obvious that she went back the way that you guys were originally coming, at least starting that
I
direction.
probably would have started the other direction and turned around at some point.
There you go. Started the other direction, turned around at some point, probably 2-3 hours in, and is heading back the other way. So, Reich, you approach her aware of this.
As I approach, well, first, is there like is coffee a thing in this world?
Yeah, of course.
Is there any coffee on the ship? I'm gonna look around for that.
Cargo ship in Valinar. Were they in Zendrick recently?
I mean, it's likely that they have things like that, but you say look around. It's an airship. It's a lot of around.
I'm gonna go look at the kitchen. I'm not gonna look in the hold.
Sure.
If they have it, I'm not looking for a large bunch of coffee, just some dry coffee to make.
You go check out the kitchens to see like what kind of stuff. You actually are able to find tea. Yeah.
Tea, I'll brew up some tea. Bring up a cup for each of us.
Sure. Very zen of you.
I go and I see she's at work. I place the tea in her reach, but not in her way. Go over and I sip my tea and I lean against the one of the side pieces and I just kind of watch her at work for a moment, and I say, over our time together, I have not come to understand your powers, but I've come to recognize certain aspects. The storm, the one that you summoned, that was not something you were expecting, correct?
Yeah, correct.
The lightning bolt, however,
That was intentional.
that's what I thought. I hoped I was wrong.
Right. We couldn't let them take this thing to Breland. You saw the damage it did in the middle of nowhere, Kobara. Well, what would happen if it made its home in the King's Forest?
Kyrann, I've seen throughout our adventure that you have the ability to throw targeted balls of lightning. Ones that would do
I wasn't
no
going to
damage.
give them the chance to fight back. When that happens, we lose people.
Yet after the lightning bolt, he still stood, and still there was combat, and still others died. But the difference is that you made the conscious decision to kill at least 5 people. I will not
They
sit
weren't
here.
innocent people, right? They were taking a monster.
They did not know. They were taking cargo.
Bullshit, they didn't know. Have you seen the size of that crate down there?
Kyrann,
Yeah, I'm sure they had no
What is-
idea what was inside of it.
this is your
Also,
house.
how did they bring it onto the crate, like, in the first place? Transport it on there? No? They didn't see it at all. They were completely fucking ignorant to the fact. They were literally bringing a monster to a densely populated area. And then you know what? I'm sure that college had the best intentions. I'm sure they were just researching it for the sake of research. No, it's bullshit. They're making a fucking weapon out of it, right?
Kyrann, before we met, almost 3 years at this point ago, your entire life was spent with your house.
3 years?
Has it been almost 3 years? It's
a bit over a year.
It must be closer to 2 years by now.
It's closer to 2 years. So I would
we
say
traveled like nearly a year
almost,
at one point.
Okay, almost 2 years at the almost 2 years now. Before that, your entire life was spent with your house.
It hasn't been nearly 2 years. That would mean it's almost 1,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Okay, fuck.
It's important. It's important for big politics in this game, but that's okay.
It's not important for the conversation.
God.
It's been over a year that we've traveled together, and before then, you spent your entire life with your house. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yet you just callously murdered 5 of them.
Right.
And you did so because you said
Look,
that
right.
they were a party to this, something that they could very easily have no idea, something that you, a person who went to war, can understand, that sometimes you just take the money and you don't worry about the consequences. You just murdered 5 of those people.
Right, we're gonna murder a lot more Lyrandar people before this is over.
I'm not concerned with killing. I'm a warrior. I've killed dozens of people in my life.
You're concerned that this was something I decided in the moment that we were gonna betray Lyrandar. It's not. We were on our way to do it anyways. I haven't talked to you about it because you've been very close with Bellum and I haven't been able to trust him yet. So, we were on our way to deliver the information to Lyrandar's enemies.
What was your intention to tell me this?
Soon. When we had a moment. We were a little busy at the time.
Kyrann, you're one of the most gifted captains I've ever seen in my entire life. You can ride a ship better than I've seen men control horses, but you are a terrible leader. You cannot tell people in the last moment what your decisions are. You cannot leave us in the dark.
I like to keep my plans flexible.
I travel light.
Plan, Kyrann.
I travel light.
Listen,
Look, right? Okay, fine. Want to talk about plans? Talk about plans. I'm gonna need your help when we get to the Principalities. We're gonna need allies, and I can't do that because people don't like me.
Okay. And pray tell, what do we offer these people?
Well, we have information against the houses. We can start with that. We can offer them aid in whatever problem they're currently fighting off Lyrandar. It's hard to tell right now because we don't know the exact extent of what's going on there.
Aid requires coin. I have a decent amount of coin on myself, but not enough to aid a nation.
No, but we have a ship with a lot of cargo space. And they're having trouble getting food.
And how do you plan on getting this?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Well, this is where it would do good to get myself, and even if you don't trust Bellum, at least Stalborn into this. Listen.
I trust Bellum well enough.
I wouldn't.
Luca always said, you can trust those who fight with you.
Luca's dead.
Yeah.
Bellum is Bellum is a friend to the gatekeepers, and you don't remember, but the gatekeepers were willing to murder you for chaos in your mind before you even displayed any outward notions of chaos. After that last display, I don't know.
Well,
you need to speak to Bellum.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, I suppose.
I've never liked that saying.
No.
I like to keep my enemies at least 100 paces in bow's range.
Clever.
You look up and you see Bellum about 100 paces away.
Eyes narrowed.
Just like watching with his bow. No, I was kidding.
Okay.
I say,
So think
I
about
know
how
that-
we are going to win over the principalities.
I will do that, but I would very much recommend when you have a moment, though I imagine moments will come sparingly to you, that you speak to Bellum. He's going to need reassurances more than anything.
You want to send him over to me? Because
I nod and I say, I'll speak to him. I'll try to butter him up beforehand.
thank you for the tea.
Anytime. Kyrann?
Eric, now, did you actually lace the tea with the poison that we talked about beforehand, or?
God damn it, there was no poison.
I am really good at resisting.
Fake news!
If we're gonna kill Kyrann, it's not gonna be a poison.
No, I'm
Fake
just
news,
I'm
I
just
did
teasing.
not poison the tea. The tea is a lie. No, the tea is not a lie. The poison's a lie.
All right,
You know
now I
what?
don't know what to
don't-
now I know what to believe. Carrie, make me a Constitution save. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? I don't actually think that's even the first time I would have had a captain character poisoned.
Nope.
I think I'd be like,
Listen, Aaron. What is the root cause of these symptoms?
Yeah, to be fair,
Who knows?
Scarlet was
could be
kind of-
anything.
Moving on. So, Reich, you go approach Bellum,
What is Bellum doing when I approach him?
playing with his carpet.
Yeah, playing with the carpet.
I come in with a half-empty bottle of whiskey that I've been carrying around, and I take a swig out of it and I pass it over to him, sitting down on the nearest chair or chair-like object.
I'll look it up and down and look back at him and say, no, not now.
I nod, place it down, and I say, "What are you thinking?"
Well, I'm thinking it's probably not smart to be drunk if we're so. And I
That's not
look
what I
around on the
meant.
ship.
That's not what
Short-handed.
I meant.
So he recognizes that and looks at you and just says, "To be honest, I'm not quite sure. My people, as you know, try to control chaos. And what I just saw was a bit beyond chaos.
I nod and I say, "Controlling chaos. How's that been going for you?"
For me, personally, I'm brand new to it. So far pretty shitty.
The gatekeepers are single-minded, and I respect that you that this organization means something to you. I won't attempt to understand the depth of your relationship, but I can tell you that they, like every group with an ideology, ought to see the world in shades, in two colors, when in fact there are many shades. No matter what Kyrann is, for all of her faults, her chaotic nature, she is what this world may need. You've only been privy to a portion of what we've been dealing with here. I would like to clue you in on the rest, or at least the portions you are not up to date on. In short, we are aware of at least a sparing conspiracy between the number of houses attempting to do something. We know it involves the death of Kieran's betrothed, and that set these actions into motion. And we know that they are planning something dastardly, as I understand these houses are ought to do. No offense. I'm not telling you this because I want your opinion or anything like that. I'm telling you this because I would like to get to a point where we can trust each other. If nothing else, this group is going to need to trust each other. we're not going to know a lot of people who we can trust. I can tell you that in the short time we've been a group together, we've been betrayed, we've been connived against, we've been bamboozled. But I've been able to trust the people I travel with.
Bellum will like look you up and down, and then say, "Well, when you get invested in house bullshit, then yes, you probably will get betrayed." And then he'll like pause for a second and say, "But here's a question about trust. If I were in the line of sight of that man, would Kyrann have thrown that thunderbolt?"
I grab up the whiskey and I take a swig. Well,
I stare at you just kind of blankly, like you taking the swig answered my question, and
I say, I think she would have thought that you could dodge better than they could. Wow, that was even too crass for me. Well, I can't say what Kyrann would have done in that situation, but I can tell you that it would only serve you to give her a chance. Because I can tell you that whatever you and your compatriots found it necessary to keep hidden from me when we were all standing in the same room together, that there's that there would be no point to trying to contain or control Kyrann. And if you attempt anything further than that, I can tell you that not only would it would be a moot point, but the repercussions would be dire, to say the least. And I don't mean this as a threat to warrant compliance out of you. I mean this just because you're a kind of man that requires you're the kind of man that enjoys the blunt truth, and I'm giving it to you.
For this like first time, I'll actually like look you like in the eye. Like I've looked you in the eye, but I'm like staring you in the eye when I say this next thing, and I say, so that beholder you guys killed, that came out of nowhere seemingly. Those are creatures and I specifically dislike. So it seems as though the chaos that she has caused has brought upon those beings to this world. And I, personally, would like to, 1, prevent any more from coming, and 2, clean up any mess she makes. So that's why I'm with you. As of right now, that's why I'm with you.
Okay.
And then he'll grab the bottle and take a swig from it and put it down.
I say, when you're ready, Kyrann would like to speak to you.
Takes another swig.
I look at him and I say, I say, I look forward to a chance to see. I look forward to our. I say I look forward to our, and I kind of trail off for a moment, and I say, I guess from here I'm just looking forward. And I pat you on the shoulder, and I walk out.
As you like go to walk away, I'll say, well, if you want something stronger than that, whiskey, and I'll take out like a little sack and throw it to you, and it has tea in it.
Tea?
Okay, I say if you want something a little stronger than that whiskey, and I throw that to you, and I just
That gonna make you see things.
I sniff it. I sniff it. I shrug and I pocket it for later. I was looking to get a little daytime. I was looking to get a little daytime drunk, not fucking swifty.
Swifty. Not swifty. I actually will make my way over to Kyrann.
All right.
I walk up, see that you're very busy.
She's
kinda
busy
give me,
doing
like, a
this.
knowing look.
Yeah. Hi, Bellum.
She
Reich
says
told me
without
you'd like to
turning
speak
around
with
as
me.
you approach from behind.
Yeah. Look, you didn't sign up for this. But thank you for your help in it. If you would like to go anywhere, me to drop you off, let me know. But just so you know, we are going to be taking action against the Dragonmark houses, starting with Lhazaar, because they are extorting people and starving people in the Principalities. We have secret information that was collected by my late fiance, which you are more than welcome to read if you'd like, which we will be trading to their enemies. And that's what we're doing.
So, you're making an attack on all of the Dragonmark houses,
Eventually, yeah, but we're going to start with Lhazaar because we can't take them all at once. So it'd be.
including my
foolish.
own.
I mean, I really don't have anything against the Rask. You guys aren't really involved in things.
He nods to that and just says,
So if any of the houses are innocent in this, probably yours.
well, innocence. But here's my issue. I just spoke to Reich. He's the one who told me, obviously, to come talk to you. And he says you were involved in a bunch of house bullshit and drama that I assumed was between houses. You're telling me it's outside of houses?
Drama is a great word for assassination, but yes.
That is pretty dramatic.
I mean, it is dramatic. So you're
Look,
waging war
my
on the ones
fiance-
who have done you wrong.
Yeah, my fiance uncovered a lot of information against the houses. One of them murdered him. The others were complicit. So we're gonna start with Lhazaar.
If there is anything sketchy, it is definitely the houses in their business. I've come across quite a few things on my own discovery about the houses, but I'll make up my opinion more so during this travel. About how long will it be to get where we're going?
At this
A
point,
day.
probably like 22 hours.
I need to get more crew because I can't sail for 24 hours straight. At least one other person.
That's just for the switch off. You have to get GTFO.
Yeah. And then we're gonna travel to Last Point first. Do you know where that is? It's the island off of like northeast, kind of a little bit of Kobar. So maybe give it a couple of days.
That's fine. For now, expect me to join you. I don't need to be dropped off quite yet.
Okay. Well, the offer stands.
Nods to that. Is there anything else you want, Captain?
Are you working for the gatekeepers? To murder
I'm
me?
working with the gatekeepers.
Uh-huh. To what end?
I
He's
mean-
conspicuously didn't answer that last question.
To what end?
Well, my grandfather who raised me was a gatekeeper. I practiced under him and with others in order to kind of become what he was. Now, as you are, well, I guess you wouldn't know because your memories were erased. They don't like how chaotic you are. I'll be very blunt about that. I don't like how chaotic you are. Reich
Not many people
says,
do.
Reich says I need to trust you.
Mm.
If you would like my trust, can you at least show me a sense of control over the chaos? Just show me something. Whether it be the tiniest bit, just something where you don't kill innocents. And I like put my arm down towards like the side of the ship where the people like closest
They
were
weren't.
killed.
They weren't innocent. But I will think on that, and in return, any drama that we have between the two of us can that stay between the two of us. I don't want Stalbor or Reich involved in any of that.
Listen, I didn't shoot Stalbor on purpose. It was dark and it was an accident.
No, I just mean that if I am unable to control anything, and if you have to kill me, or you feel like you have to try, Don't do it in front of the others. I don't think they can take it mentally.
If the gatekeepers wanted you dead, they would have killed you, and it wouldn't have been hard for them to kill
I mean,
you.
they're welcome
I'm
to
not-
try. They're gonna have to get in line though.
I understand that, and I'm not here as a sole purpose to kill you when things go wrong. I'm here to try to help you control the chaos.
I appreciate any help I can get at this point.
Will that be
I'm
all,
not
Captain?
particular. Yeah.
He nods, turns around, and walks away.
Okay, there you go. Kyrann, what
Yeah.
I need from you, because I'm not really, I need you to roll me. You don't have the appropriate crew. You don't have the crew in the right places, doing the right things, etc., etc. I need you to roll me your sailing check. The what's that shit called? Vehicles, whatever check, with
Yep.
disadvantage, please.
Also, just as a reminder, I can control the way the wind blows within 200 feet diameter around me.
You don't have sails on an airship?
Oh, really? That's
Ye-
interesting. Oh, yeah.
Yep, because
Never
it's a
mind that.
Eberron airship, not a
Disadvantage.
steampunk airship. Yeah. Not
Not bad.
terrible. Okay, and can you do me a favor? And could you roll me a Constitution save, but roll me 3 of those?
At normal?
Normal. Well, at least for the first one. And the second one. And the third one. Kyrann is tired. She takes a point of exhaustion. She's tired from the time that she spends, a level of exhaustion, I should say, for the time that she spends at the helm. She stays up, sailing straight for over 24 hours. People will bring her tea, they bring her conversation, they bring her a couple of laughs, they piss her off. But she's able to maintain the helm and do her job with dedication for the entire over 24 hours of sailing the wrong direction, turn around and go in the right direction, to bring her all the way to the Adderport. Correct? Yes.
Yep.
New Throne Adderport, which is where her ship currently is. So you're able to get there the whole while, which is wonderful. That's all good and well and everything. Let's go back half a step. Stalbor, you went down below into the storage area to kind of like check things out that are down there. You know what I mean? This storage area, unfortunately, lots of stuff like Trex sand around here. So, you know, you do like walk through like this down the storage area.
Stalbor
There's,
hates
like,
sand.
Yeah, but it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? And it's not like it's like attacking you. So don't worry. I'm not like sitting up at the sand is like, rawr, haha, I'm a sand monster. You know.
Is that what sand sounds like?
Sand attack.
So it's not like it's mud faced, you know, just set out in the sun too long. So I meant clay face. Bad joke.
I know, I
Moving on.
know.
Moving
God
on.
damn it!
So you're down there searching around trying to find this person. Roll me an investigation check, please, sir.
Okay.
Eventually, you are able to find the crate that somebody must have been hiding in. You see a crate that's kind of loose, and you open it up. Nobody's in there. But you can tell very obviously somebody was in there. Something that kind of like stands out to you is the fact that you can smell off of this, whether they be like a body oil or like a cologne or something. There's a very distinct smell coming from inside this crate. You can pick it up, pick up the
Do I
air.
recognize the smell, or is it just...
You definitely
particular?
notice it. Do me a favor, roll me an intelligence check, but roll me the intelligence check with disadvantage. I think roll 20 will allow you to do that.
Yeah. It's just a button.
It does. You actually do recall that
I'm
smell
smart.
because you're wicked fucking smart. So you actually do recall the smell when you were living in Sharn. You know, down in the shithole that you lived in. There were a lot of awful smells that existed almost constantly, especially
Just a lot of bad smells.
especially at your room, right? Back in the
Yeah.
day. So
But it was cheap.
It was cheap, yeah. Just shoved a mattress in the window. So
Don't need it. Elves don't sleep.
yeah, of course. So It's like our goal now. How many times can we say that in the session? But moving on.
I only want to say it once.
Yeah.
Any more than that is like tacky.
So,
If it comes up.
but other people would often come down into the shithole areas of Sharn from time to time because they needed to, whether it be find goods that they couldn't find elsewhere, clandestine meetings, etc., etc. Well, you do recall
services.
You do recall this smell from before. It's actually kind of popular, seemingly amongst the group of people that work for Morgrave University. Those that would come down here.
Aha. Cool. Do I know what Morgrave University is? I know it exists.
Of course you do.
But
You know,
Ollie doesn't.
You lived in Sharn.
you lived in Sharn, so you know what it is. I'll give a really quick recap about that in 1 second. But it's not like Stalbor has like this intimate knowledge of it because he doesn't really know much about that area. So Morgrave University is an organization of both education and restoration. Think of a combination of like, say, museum as well as like a place to like store all sorts of ancient knowledge for studying. Morgrave University tasks itself and those that they hire with finding ancient artifacts of the Dakani Empire, with finding artifacts from the ancient Giants Empire, with finding artifacts of like the elves from before, and so on and so forth, and learning them and studying them to better understand these peoples and their greatest moments and their greatest failures throughout history. They're effectively historians or a historical society.
Cool. Yeah, I just trying my best to follow the smell, I guess.
I mean, you're not Toucan Sam, but you can roll me
I want Witcher vision.
Investigation with disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly.
If only there was a warg.
If only there was a war. If only I took find familiar. I mean, familiar would be able to smell. Ah.
You don't find. You can't pick up a trail or anything.
I go back upstairs and I find Reich.
Okay. That's racist, but okay. Reich.
You're a brilliant tracker, correct?
Don't we literally have someone on board whose whole thing is tracking?
No, I don't believe we do.
Well, what do you need?
There's a stowaway down in the cargo hold. They're wearing a very pungent aroma. And I know they're down there. I can smell them. I just can't find them. And I'm not very good at finding things that don't want to be found.
Okay, well,
You're usually the person I go to when I can't do it. That's an unfathomable thought process, but occasionally.
All right, well, I can definitely go take a look, and then
Thank you,
I'll weapon up and go down in the hold.
I'll be with you.
Investigation check with disadvantage.
Can I assist and give him neutral? Or have I already done it, so I can't do it again?
Exactly.
Reasonable.
Unfortunately, you cannot either.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get Bellum.
Don't get. I hate that guy.
He literally, the whole thing that his house does, from my understanding, is find things.
That's the problem.
His mark is called the Mark of Finding.
More like the mark of devil finding.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I don't think
So
they
Go
actually
get it.
anyway
I'm
did
not going to be
that.
happy about
You
it.
approach Bellum.
I go up to Bellum and I say, Bellum, there's a missing stowaway in the cargo hold. Any chance that you could help us find him? Both me and Stalbor have been unsuccessful.
Takes in a deep breath, lets it out,
Come on, man. This is literally all you do. Give this to me.
goes downstairs. Which room? Which room is it in?
There's not one room. This place is huge. Don't forget, this is an airship, and airships are very, very large in Eberron. So you're going to also be rolling for me to track this person with disadvantage. However, you can use survival instead of investigation.
Can I spam sift?
No.
The very big
Okay.
space. I'm imagining it like a big old warehouse where it has like struts, and it's like one of the floors of the
Okay,
airship is just in
Disadvantage, and you said I can use survival instead of investigation?
Correct.
Okay.
Don't worry, I
Which
got a
is
plan.
beneficial
If we
for
can't
you.
find it.
Yes. So you don't find him either.
I turn to Reich and say, "There's no one down here."
That's just factually
Jesus
incorrect.
Christ. It's like we know someone's down here, but
How do you know?
apparently they are a master of stealth.
How do you know they're down here?
I can smell their pungent,
You can smell them.
overapplied cologne.
I imagine before he had you guys looking around, he would show you the initial crate, and he would show you. You guys would get rapidly fading, but you would also get some whiff of that smell as well. He's smart enough to have done that, so you get
It's
that.
the aroma of an apprentice wizard who doesn't realize that women don't like the strong smell.
Sure, it's an apprentice. Don't forget, there was one of the four who we tangled with that escaped. Was a cast.
He seemed like an apprentice to me. His
I
fireball
am-
was extremely easy to.
That wasn't. He didn't. He was invisible the whole time.
So this person smells of cologne. And in looking, did I find any bottles of cologne?
No.
Could I locate object on bottle of cologne via this smell?
You would have to be something that you're very familiar with.
Okay, no.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you just, unless you can come up with something more unique than that, you're going to be unsuccessful.
How about this? I'll say you guys go upstairs. I'll stay down here. If he makes himself known, I'll get him.
So, Aaron, you're near Adderport, flying over the forest here. What are your intentions with that crate?
We're gonna deal with that after.
We probably
I
actually.
get the people
yeah.
I want on the ship. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you
Yes.
remember the gnome from Civis and his sister?
The reporter.
Yeah.
What about them?
Do you think you can convince them to come with us? Look, the house has been either bribing or threatening the Cornberg Chronicle, and they haven't been publishing the information that's been going on there. And she's been looking for a big story.
Kyrann, we couldn't even convince him to do our story, and we were gonna travel to him.
They wanted to do our story. We said no.
You want me to to convince him to whisk away on an adventure to the middle of a place that could be a war-torn wasteland for all we know, with
I'm
no
not
guarantee
beyond
of safety?
kidnapping him. But
No, no, we're not kidnapping an innocent
but-
person.
okay, well then, want to try to convince him? It would be so beneficial if we could get the Corporate Chronicle on our side.
We do need to go to Gnome Place or whatever the hell
I
that
thought
town
the
is.
sister was going to Adderport.
No, they literally said, he was like, hey, if you ever want to come down to my neck of the woods, I'll do your story.
Well, see if you can get the gnome to come with us anyway. It would be hugely beneficial if we'd have that.
Once
Cop-
again, we'd have to go to his neck of the woods
No.
to pick him up.
He's in. Oh, is he in the other city, Scott?
Yes, remember, he
Yeah.
literally, he was like, we could hook up in my city, whatever the hell the name of the city is, and then we could do your story.
You're talking about
Yeah.
Kornberg. Yeah.
Yeah, the sister's in Kornberg, but isn't he in Adderport?
Oh, really?
Yes.
The Kornberg
And yes.
namesake of
The Kornberg
Kornberg
Chronicles in
Chronicle. What
Kornberg,
a surprise, huh?
Sister's in Kornberg, but he is in Adderport.
Yes. Shiver. It's a weird shiver.
So,
Lots of shoulders.
did you maybe try and convince him to come with us? I have to say the other ones. Do you want the drow with us?
Drow? I don't. I mean, sure, if he'll come.
Okay.
I think you're confusing my basic decency and respect for respect for mortal life to be a liking for the Drow people. I could care less.
You saved these two people. They gave you a fun dagger thing. I assumed you were attached. Sorry.
I saved their life because they were cruelly executing them in the middle of an arena
Alright,
death match.
All right. Well, they're
Not
loyal to
because
us,
I-
not Larendar, so they're gonna come too.
Fine.
I'm coming anyway.
So the plan is keep the crate, go to Adderport, get on your old
Yeah.
ship with the
Yeah.
crate.
Yeah, with the crate.
How,
Get on our old
how are
ship.
you going to move it onto the crate, the old ship?
We're not
These
going
guys-
on the old ship.
If I'm talking to Kyrann, I'm actually gonna bring up.
You
hey,
want them to come off of their old ship and come onto this ship.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Why would we go to the shittier ship?
Okay.
Why travel by water when you could travel by sky?
Before
I would
we-
actually be traveling close to the sea, by the way. I'm not like high up in the air.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
we
yeah.
continue on.
As
First
close
of all,
to the sea as possible.
Scott, how many of the creepy plant dudes are with us right now?
One.
None.
One.
What?
Is it easy to avoid her? 'Cause I would
She's
like
with
to-
the plant. Right?
You have
Yeah.
not really seen her at all.
Yeah, she's with
I'm
the
gonna
plant.
say to Kyrann, we do need to discuss what our intentions are with the Thorian.
I'm gonna like grab like Reich's face, like, we will deal with that after we get the crew on the ship.
Kyrann,
And
We will handle the Thorian after that.
okay, that's all I needed to know.
so you guys approach Adderport
But we can't get to Zendrick or anywhere without crew.
with the airship. You approach Adderport, and we're gonna take our first break. We will see you all shortly. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the session. All right. You approach Adaport, and you go to approach your vessel. Now, when you approach Adaport,
Can I cast Fly on Reich and be like, go?
sure.
What?
Go get the gnome.
Would
I'm
you
being
use-
attacked by a
Hell,
bee. I'll be back in a bit.
Alright.
Ollie, your
Well.
your camera went dark.
He's being attacked by a bee. Yeah, so I actually, so I touch Reich.
I'm sorry. How
Like, I
many
have, like-
bees exist in freezing cold temperatures? It sounds like
Not
he might
enough.
have a nest in his house, a hive in his house.
Who's this?
Ollie,
Ollie.
did you not hear the conversation?
Look at your
Yeah.
Skype, dude.
I literally.
B.
He's scattered. So I'm gonna like flick Reich's forehead as I cast a spell on him.
That feels like that was a rude way to do that.
This is how magic works. Sorry. Entirely necessary.
She's a dick.
I've literally seen you cast a spell before.
On myself, never anyone else.
What
Look, you
spell
can
are you casting?
Fly.
Fly.
You can fly.
Why are we doing this? What are we flying for?
You're gonna go get the gnome. Potentially.
God damn it.
Go get the gnome.
I'm gonna go find my Nomi.
Go get your gnome.
And you want
I
to
don't
get...
care how you do it. I don't care if you have to kidnap him. I don't care if you talk to him politely. Go get the fucking gnome. Quickly.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Be honest
Okay.
with you, I'm not gonna kidnap him.
By the way, isn't it cool to fly?
I don't know.
It's like Willy Wonka. And...
It's
Yeah,
it's underwhelming.
What do you mean it's underwhelming?
It's like
It's
falling,
cool
but
shit.
slower.
Which he already does.
You're faster than if you could even run right now. And you run really fast.
Yeah, I mean,
Just go.
Yeah.
And I push him. Like, go.
Shove him.
Go
I
get the-
go. I go.
Remember, big story,
Jesus.
freedom of speech, being impeded. Be very
What-
beneficial for us to have that connection. Go to it.
Oh,
What
hey,
else
I'm
is our
I'm
business?
going.
Okay.
What was that, Seldom?
What else is our business in this town?
We need to get the drow and off that ship.
Well, I'll recommend me doing it, maybe so we're not noticed so easily.
How so?
And he like holds up the carpet.
Oh, that's a much better plan than what I had planned.
He nods. It's like, yeah, probably was.
Um,
How much weight can that cart hold? Remind me.
Maximum moving half speed, 1,600 pounds,
That's
but
pretty solid.
800 moving normal speed.
Yep, that's pretty solid.
all right. But if I'm staying up here, it means I can't talk to the crew down there. Just tell the first mate. I can't remember his name. Can remember his name. I don't remember his name. Tell him that he needs to go back to Stormreach
Okay, sure, but
without me.
I just need to get a drow and N. That's
Two drow.
fine. Two drow and N. That's fine. If N isn't an obnoxious asshole, or if N isn't a female, what would N be?
Literally anything.
Literally anything.
Anything. No, but like,
You
what
can't.
is her?
Please stop her.
What's most common? Like, I don't want to go through the whole. Hey, which one of you's N, and then not know.
A young female. She's gonna be the young female on the ship.
So, reminder: the first mate was Aramart. Aramart died,
Aramart.
and so
Mhm.
Savellum took over.
Tell Sabellum he needs to go back to Stormreach. I'm sorry.
All right, go back to Stormreach. You're
Mhm.
sorry. Okay.
Yep.
I'll be back. It'll take a little bit.
If he needs to come up and talk with me, that's fine. Bring him up and then we can drop him off again.
Sure.
Okay. Anything else, Kyrann?
Do you have any goods on the ship?
No. No. Nothing that I want.
All right, good. Thank
Leave
you.
all their food and everything there for them so they can make the trip back.
So you're going to the ship, and you're going down to the ship down below, but you're not bringing the crate with you, are you? You're just going
Actually,
yourself?
no, we're not bringing the crate.
You're just
Crate's
flying
sitting on
carpeting
the
down
ocean.
there, no problem. He's going over the other way. Stalbor's chasing a bee, and you are.
Bellum, really quick.
Mhm.
If you need help, fire an arrow up in the air,
Sure
and I'll
enough.
jump down. Okay.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna do. Well, Reich, you're just gonna roll me an investigation check with disadvantage because that's not an easy test to do. Bellum, you are going to fly down to the ship below. So when you fly down to the ship below, one of the first things you notice is that nobody's immediately on the top deck. But that's not a big deal because people are often on the ship, off the ship, below deck, stuff like that. So you fly down with your carpet, and you have it kind of like hover like a foot off of part of the top deck, and you step off of your carpet, and the top deck of the ship is empty. What do you do?
I jump off the carpet, roll it up, and I go walking downstairs to see if I find anyone.
You do actually. The first person that you find is a person that seems to be dressed in, well, definitely dressed in very nice clothing. They're dressed in what seems to be like nobles' clothing. It's kind of hard to tell. You're not from this region, but they're dressed very well, and they seem to have a manner to them that seems as though like they hold good posture, and they probably had a very good education, right? So as you walk down below and you see this person standing there, they're like, "Oh, hello. I don't believe we're acquainted."
We're not. Pleasantries aside, do you know where the first mate is?
Yes.
Can you point them in my... Where are they?
Yeah, this way. And turns and starts like walking with you. And as they walk with you, they open up a door. And inside that door, you see all of the crew is bound and gagged, and have various other peoples in the room that have weapons out.
I'm gonna fucking run.
You turn around to run, and you see a few other people are behind you with weapons out.
They look strong.
They look like if you could kill many, but probably go down.
Okay. And they all have weapons, like no spell books or anything.
That you can see right now.
Okay. I'm going to try to run away from them.
Yeah.
Run through them if I have to.
Sure.
Run.
So seeing you like clearly like evaluating and like planning.
Like fuck this.
They say, oh, hold on. Consider this a bargaining chip.
Okay. So, you said you wanted to become acquainted.
Oh yes. We
Who are
expected. That doesn't matter. We expected Kyrann. Well, either herself or to have already brought, gone to Zendrick.
Are you looking to kill Kyrann?
Well, not necessarily. We expect Kyrann to have either delivered a package to Zendrick or to have picked all of us to bring us there. But
you had me scared for a moment. Why did you tie up the crew?
Why is the ship not going to Zendrick?
I mean, it might be. I don't know where it's going. I'm not the captain.
Well,
And
I have your, de facto captain right here, and actually gives like a nudge to the gut of Savellum.
I look at him like,
What the foot?
Yeah, like I look down. I'm like, well, he's not the captain, like you said. Kieran's the captain.
De facto.
He's the first. Yeah, he's the first mate. So if he's told you you're not going there, I wouldn't trust it.
They're not saying anything.
Ah, okay.
It's a little difficult when you're gagged.
Well, I assume they might have said something, and that's why you gagged them. So you want me to get you Kyrann?
Well, I'm just curious as to why it is things didn't happen the way that they were supposed to.
Well, a bunch of shit went down where we were.
Oh.
It's kind of caused a bit of a panic. We're looking to move hastily, but I'm not sure exactly what the plan is. The only one who knows that is Kyrann. Now, me going to get Kyrann is a bit of an issue because, well, then you probably won't let me go. Correct?
Have you no means to communicate with her otherwise?
I like look down, look at my boot, like pick some dirt off my boot, look back at the guy.
So, B-rate adventurers.
Nods. Listen, I'm new to their group. They don't quite trust me fully yet. If I go find Kyrann and tell her that whatever you want me to tell her, I don't know that she'll even trust that. Do you want to come with me?
No.
Okay. We seem to be in a bit of a predicament.
We are. We are in a predicament because Kyrann made a vow and broke the vow.
Once again, I have no idea what vow she broke.
Hey, you left the ship to come here. Did anybody else leave the ship too?
I believe so.
Who else?
Kyrann sent one off to go find a reporter.
Huh. And what about the other one? Did they leave the ship too?
What other one?
There's 4 of you.
There's multiple people on the ship. There's more than just 4 of us.
But there's 4 of you that attacked the ship in the first place.
Sure.
Who went to go find the reporter?
I don't know. Kyrann sent someone out.
So if it wasn't you, it was either the elf or the goblin.
That's not necessarily true. Why are you assuming?
Well, because Kyrann usually only trusts a small number of people.
Kyrann doesn't trust me, yet I'm here. I'm off the ship.
It's not a bad point. All right.
Like I said, we're in a weird situation.
We are, because I'm not sure whether or not Kyrann is being attacked right now.
I'm not sure either. I'm down here. Would you like me to go find out?
Kyrann, perception check.
They're
Oh,
communicating because they're a hive mind and fuck them. But, you know.
Not that much of a hive mind, I don't think.
I don't know. I just
Not instantaneous thought transference of people, not like that. No. However, choreographing an attack or coordinating an attack over the course of 26 hours.
Yeah.
Different
Fair.
story. Okay. So, install ball. Roll me a perception with disadvantage.
I don't know what's been happening for the last hour.
It's good. That's actually very appropriate.
Okay. I got attacked by a bee that was like 2 inches big.
You might need to check your house. You probably have a hive if you get attacked by bees.
We do have a hive.
Call an exterminator.
Yeah, 22.
Call
It's the
a
wasps
beekeeper.
I'm scared about because we get
Call a
wasps every
beekeeper
year.
and have them come take care of it so they don't kill the bees.
Did the beekeepers
Save
want
the
the
bees.
wasps too?
If it's 2 inches long, it's not a fucking bee.
There was a bee.
Kill
It's a bee, not a wasp.
I'm very well versed in wasps.
William and Aaron. Did I say advantage or disadvantage?
I want to say you said disadvantage, but I don't
Thank you.
know.
I don't remember.
Said, if you were talking to me, you said advantage.
I'm pretty sure he said roll with disadvantage because it may roll
Oh,
with
I
advantage when it made sense.
noticed because I'm traumatized by
Why?
giant bees.
I was just making sure
Why
I
did
didn't
you
screw up.
ask me and
Bee
William not
trauma.
Eric?
The worst type of trauma.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what I'm rolling
just
for. I
Eric
don't know
doesn't
what's
listen?
been going on.
Eric looks like he's sleeping. I wasn't.
I've been listening this whole time. I'm just not sure. I'm not by the ship, so there's no point in me percepting. What am I gonna percept?
So,
You are so
Every
far from.
Friday, some act of God
You're
throws
the
me off my
only
game.
person who is not good at the people thing, Aaron. God damn it.
so let's
She
go.
didn't know it was gonna be
let's,
like this.
let's go back. So, Will, they say that to you, and then Yeah, I would like to send you back. We have enough bargaining chips here. We don't need you. You have to deliver the message.
Now, you can understand why I feel uncomfortable, correct? I'm surrounded by people with weapons.
Hmm.
You have plentiful bargaining chips. And you guys could probably take me out.
But we're sending you back.
I understand that. I'm worried that when I start flying up, you might change your mind.
Really?
I am slightly worried. Now, because I'm worried, I want to ask, could I take one of your bargaining chips with me? You have plenty. Can I take one?
No. Because
Fair.
you're gonna choose the best
No.
one. And then
No, I'll let you pick.
Kyran's willing to kill people openly.
No, like
so
I said,
sacrificing some to get the one that she wants?
I'll let you pick.
No.
I don't care who comes. I just figured, all right, sure.
Why
that's
would
fine.
why would I give up bargaining chips?
Well, then, when I leave, can you all look the other way?
No. But that's okay, because you have to understand, you have the worries of a man in his 30s, 40s. I don't know. You don't take care of yourself, but I am following the guidance and the leadership of a creature who's eons old. Decisions don't just change when you've lived that long, on a whim.
Don't you think we could have destroyed said creature if we wanted to, but we didn't? Obviously, we didn't. You're all still, with the creature.
That's why we're willing to talk to Kyrann, and nobody's
Okay.
dead yet.
I'll go get Kyrann. I go to walk by very cautiously and very slowly at first.
People just move out of your way.
I walk up. I start flying up.
And then I sink the ship.
I don't sink the ship. Do I have? Just let me check. It would be very Kyrann fashion if I shot an arrow up, and then she just came flying down and made an entrance.
She
But
probably
I
not
want-
even notice it because she's got real.
I want her to
perception.
be
I'm paying attention.
I want her to be less
Waiting
chaotic.
for
So
it.
I will fly up. I'm flying up all the way.
More about that in a minute. Kyrann.
Yeah.
She comes kind of like walking up into view for the first time in a day.
She?
Yep. And leans against one of the railings nearby, captain of the guard.
Mhm. You were on this ship? We let you on this ship?
We had a conversation.
She kind of snuck on and talked to you, and you were like, okay, we'll take you with us.
I don't remember that.
We had a
Very
conversation
tired.
over Stallbore.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Remember that. Alright, cool. What are you doing here? What do you want?
Oh, it's funny. I was actually going to ask you those exact two questions in that order.
What am I doing here? Oh, yeah, no problem. I need crew to fly because I can't do it by myself. So I'm getting crew. Sounds good?
And everybody else?
Everybody else?
There's a lot of people down there.
Yeah?
Are
About 'em.
you getting everybody else?
I'm getting the people I care about.
We had an accord.
Oh, do you all want to be on the ship?
You're supposed to be bringing us to Zendrick. Unless you'd rather them stay
Alright,
here.
fine. Bring them all on the fucking ship. I don't care.
Is that still the plan? Are we still going to Zendrick?
Yes, deception roll.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to Zendrick.
I'm glad it's not instantaneous because they'll shoot me out of the sky, damn it.
Why do I ever leave the ship? I can't fucking expect you guys to do anything. I leave the ship and you just start turning into bumbling idiots.
Yeah, grab your crew.
She
go to
starts nodding and slowly walking towards you. And
Uh-huh.
also her swords are coming into her hands. And she's like, Karen,
Do we really have to do this?
that's what I'm asking
right
you.
now.
Do we really have to do this?
Look, you'll feel so much better once we kill the fucking creature. And you're free of its control.
Get him!
I
kid!
have a technical question.
God damn it!
Where the fuck am I?
Down below deck, controlling the crew.
Why would I be down like below deck controlling the crew?
Or across the deck, or in the eagle.
okay,
It doesn't-
We're docked.
you're all over.
Sure, okay, fine. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
Look, once we kill the fucking creature, and you're free of control.
You know what? Stalbor is actually actively running from a really 2-inch large bee because you guys are in a forest, a rainforest.
God.
Because actually, Stalbor would have no issue with bees.
You'd be like,
More
hey,
so
buddy,
by the
how
sand.
you doing? All right. So she continues walking towards you. She's like, is this really what we're doing now?
You're being mind controlled.
No.
You are.
I'm happy,
What?
Kyrann.
I know you're happy, but it's not real.
Is it not real?
No, it's slavery.
That's your perspective, but not mine. And she's now standing on the other side of the helm. So you guys on opposite
One of
sides of the
us-
helm.
One of us is being mind controlled, the other isn't. Do you see the difference there?
I mean, you think that that's the case.
Dude,
I feel as though I've been woke.
yeah, I know you feel that way. Because you're being controlled.
No, I can see things from a perspective that you can't even begin to understand, Kyrann. And I, because of our deal, have never once tried to awaken your mind. I've never once tried to take any of your crew and sneak them to have them enjoy the wonderful pleasures that I get to have. Because we had a deal. But I hope you understand that this action is going to cost you your entire crew. Even if miraculously you're somehow able to kill me, they're all going to die.
You're gonna kill Ed.
Well, we'll just have to find out. Thunderstep.
Nice. But initiative first.
Oh, do well.
Well, the nice thing about Thunderstep is it's loud enough that Stalbor will be able to figure out what's
It's
going
true.
on.
Huh?
Even if
That's
I
what Star
don't.
Wars gonna.
Does that mean I can roll initiative and join after Thunderstep or whatever? or-
Yes, and Aaron, please reroll initiative and change it back to a 10. That was my fault, not yours. And thank you.
Cool.
Ooh.
Since it was your fault, kind of keep the 11.
No, it doesn't
Not that
matter anyways.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I rolled much higher. So you go to more or less conversation ends, and she jumps around the helm that's right there and attacks you. You know, she's like, "I'm done with this," and goes over to attack at you. But that's okay. It just means she's even closer for when you cast your spell, right? Kyrann, 1 second.
You
to
take
find
38 points of damage.
No,
Right?
it won't be that bad.
I don't know. She hits pretty hard.
She does, but not that hard.
26 points of damage.
So your AC is a 15. Her first attack roll is against the AC of 15. She does a total of 7 points of damage to you, so it actually wasn't crazy. So she jumps around, catches you off guard, and does a big heavy swipe with the sword. You're able to just barely get out of the way in time for the attack, so it doesn't actually cut through your flesh, but does cut open your garb and narrowly misses you. You stumble backwards, but are able to find enough footing that as that other thrust comes forward with the other sword to come at you, before the sword even gets to you, your spell goes off, completely removing you from harm.
So Thunderstep
Thank you.
does that.
It's a Constitution save. Thank you.
Also,
Oh god.
they're going to take damage from Heart of the Storm. I'm going to fly backwards as I cast it, to try to limit the damage of the ship.
My total roll was a 5.
Yeah, you take full damage.
I take full damage.
Full damage. So it's 3d10. Do that really quick. 10 plus what does Hearthstorm do? It's
Lightning
extra
damage half, or
or
lightning or
up
thunder
your-
half your sorcerer level. So 3.
Yeah. So an extra 3 damage on top of that.
Welcome, Tantus. Welcome. So,
So
wow.
26.
Okay, so 26 points of damage is a considerable
Mm-hmm.
amount of damage. So there's a big kaboom that I believe throws her backwards, right? Creatures within 10 feet make a Constitution save damage.
They just take damage.
Yeah,
don't
so
think
she
so.
just takes like
Yeah.
she stumbles backwards from the explosion of damage. The same explosion of damage harms the helm itself, as is like cracking of thundering and whatnot that happens against right next to the helm. You teleport backwards 300 feet, which easily clears you to the other side of the ship if that's where you want to be.
I want to go off the ship.
Okay, sure.
Fall down.
Sure. You go off of the ship and start falling. Kind of funny. You see Bellum flying up as you're falling down. Bellum stops for a moment to contemplate which way he wants to go. You see that. And he decides, no, I need to go up. And then he flies upwards, and you wave at him as you're like falling past him. Stalbar, you
Bellum
hear
might need to roll initiative too.
Yeah.
you hear a loud kaboom, Bellum. And Reich, roll me perception with disadvantage. And a -1. Because I just want to do that.
These ain't stars right number. You can't do that.
I did. I did it.
The arrangement has been changed.
Reich, you hear a kind of like a off in the distance. It almost sounded like, I don't know. It was a noise. I mean, the sound is 300 feet,
Really?
right? You are much greater than 300 feet away.
It's an
So-
explosion, though.
Yeah, but it's much greater than 300 feet away.
It's thunder.
So you just hear like a noise from off in the distance, but you're much greater than 300 feet away. So it's one of those like something kind of catches your attention for a second. Because of that, I will allow you to roll a wisdom check with disadvantage.
Oh shit! I left Kyrann alone.
Oh dear.
Yeah. There's a slight
Oh,
noise,
dear.
and it was Kyrann.
Okay. You know,
Yeah.
Do you get given points for doubles like it's Mario Party?
Oh wow, that's exact doubles. Holy fucking
Yeah,
fuck.
boy.
Give him like 30 coins.
Yeah, I mean, right. You get a warm fuzzy hug from Barney.
Oh,
No,
no,
you
that's
get to
not
choose. You get to choose the fun-loving dressed-up dinosaur or the drunkard from The Simpsons. Your decision.
I was thinking Barney Stinson from How I Met Your
Yeah,
Mother.
I would like
As the
that
second
one.
option.
No. He has had way too much How I Met Your Mother.
And
Way
PH
too
is
much.
My,
But
and PH is my favorite heart. hugs. So, I'm gonna go ahead and just say, you know, I didn't think that this goddamn dude was a good idea in the first place. I'm now hearing noises. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on my heel and start heading back, with a little bit of pep in my step.
Whether you know what the noises are or not, noises from the ship not good.
No, our ship just blew up, so I'm pretty sensitive
I mean,
to
depending,
noises.
is the captain's quarters on an airship on the top? Scott,
I'm sorry. What was the question?
is the captain's quarters on an airship on the top?
Yeah. It's a like
You
so-
might see stuff blow out from the top like a little party box.
Yeah.
Hey.
So.
Yeah. He's turned around.
I turned around, and I'm going back. I mean, how long is it gonna take me to get back?
So Bellum's flying up. Stalbor's running to where it's visible and whatnot. So let's do whose turns first. Sorry, who's on first?
Unless he's got like
And then descending order. Bellum is flying upwards. Kyrann fell downwards. Let's switch their places. That works for me. Okay. And Stalbor, you roll me an acrobatics check to see whether or not you can get to like see her this round.
I imagine I would have been on the top deck. It's acrobatics. That's like the worst thing. Can it not be athletics?
Sure.
I run good.
Sure.
I run good now. I never jump good. In like episode 3, I nearly died because I can't jump good.
Okay, so you are able to get yourself to where it is that you can actually see her this round and line it up and everything. She's actually running to the edge of the ship herself to where it is that she saw Kyrann kind of like teleport back, and she's like running there as fast as she can. Her back is to you, but you can't quite cast yet this turn. Next round you're going to be able to.
So
but
I like dashed.
that brings it to her turn, which, like I said, she's running after over to where Kyrann is and looking down below, and she's actually going to grab out a dagger. And she's going to hurl the dagger down at Kyrann.
How?
However, there's no chance that in hell she could hit Kyrann. She's like so far away. It's like, she has dagger, but like it's, you know, it's
a
pretty,
good attempt.
Yeah. It's like, good college try. And so,
I was going to say, if that was actually going to be a thing that happened, I would have been so mad because how many times you've bitched about the range of daggers.
So, but doubled when throwing down, right? No, there's not a rule for that. Oh, so Kyrann, it's your turn. Do you cast fly on yourself?
You're falling.
No, because if I do that, it'll end the concentration on Reich. And God knows. And God knows what'll happen there.
What are you gonna do, Kyrann?
Kyrann, but what's your wisdom, Kyrann? Kyrann, what's your wisdom, Kyrann?
I have
Kyrann can tell when she's concentrating on a spell.
Yeah. No, I take off my ring so I fall faster, and then I put it on and it closer to the ground.
I mean, you don't really have to worry too much about that because you know. So, anyways, you fall. You just fall into the ground. All right. So after you, we'll just skip you. Bellum, you're able to make your way up to the roof of the ship, onto the deck of the ship, and you see her there overlooking the edge of the ship and everything. I imagine you take out your bow and line it up.
Yeah, I take out my bow and I'm taking a couple shots at her. Okay. Hunter's mark first.
Is she within, what's the range of that? 90?
90 feet.
Okay, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay. First shot. Has she had an action? I mean,
yes.
I have. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
She
so
stabbed Kyrann.
So boom.
Reich, you lose your action this turn.
Yeah, I know.
That was yummy.
I'm tired.
Okay. Beautiful.
21.
21 points of damage is a huge fucking ouchie on top of the fact that she already taken 26. Do your second attack.
Crit. No.
It's actually a miss.
Hold on. Whoa. Okay, it's a miss.
It's a miss. After that is going to go to Stalbor.
I was going to cast message to ask what's going on, but seeing Bellum fly up, I didn't even know he wasn't on the ship, and shoot at the captain of guard, Stalbor figures that we've pissed off the Thorians, or the Thorians pissed on us, and where is the Thorian?
It's a good question.
There is no way I wouldn't know where the Thorian is. We've been flying for a day.
Crate.
It's a huge crate that's been sitting in the same exact spot since before you guys ever got on the ship.
Yeah,
well, except on it.
Definitely would have been paying attention to what's on the ship during the day of travel. Mm-hmm. I was trying to index everything. We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
So where's the Thorian?
Right there. You look across the ship. You see it there, still sitting on the deck of the ship.
It's on the front deck. All right, I'm going over to it. I assume I can't make it that round. I don't know how far away it is.
Double move. You can actually get all the way to it, and that's your turn. You just won't be able to attack her.
Oh no, I don't give a fuck about her.
Okay, right.
I also position myself, if possible, so that the box is between me and her.
Okay. She notices you going towards the Thorian, but also takes a fucking arrow. So she's kind of got split attention at the moment and has already taken a considerable amount of damage. So she starts beelining it towards Bellum.
Like,
Bellum,
at the edge of the ship.
She takes cover. My apologies. I was thinking... I was doing something else in my head for a second there. I'm so sorry. So, you're on the carpet off the side of the ship. You're probably off by a considerable amount, aren't you?
You said I was... the 90 feet was questionable, so say 75 feet away.
60. Nothing there. Fuck. She's gonna have to go towards Stalbor, but in doing so, also goes behind something. She's not able to get anywhere near all the way to Stalbor because she spends some of her move to make sure she's behind full cover, so Bellum can't see her. Obviously, you see where she is. You just can't get to her with a shot. Okay.
I'll actually yell with my free action. Bellum, magic the box open.
I can't do that yet.
Abracadabra?
With your bow.
Action economy. I need the open box.
So, Kyrann,
Got it.
you are able to
Stop
fall
with this
down
road.
to the water down below.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I move towards the ship.
Yep. Your actual ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
The
bull,
bull of the sea.
Mm-hmm.
Bowl of the sea.
Bellum?
Not bull. Bull.
So if I'm about, what did she hide behind?
So on top of the ship, there are several different structures that exist there because it is a very long ship and there are many different ways to get downstairs and whatnot. I described this beforehand when you were fighting the other one that was on the carpet originally. She's behind one of those structures.
If I were to go 30, do I think if I were to go 30 feet straight up, I would be able to get an angle down at her?
It's a possibility. I'm gonna let him fix that before I talk to him again. Okay, so it's a possibility. So you can go 30 feet straight up and make a perception check for free for me.
Yep, sure. Sorry, my headset died.
No, I got that. That's why I waited for you.
Okay, so 30 feet straight up, and then perception check. Hold on, so I'll check my advantages are. No. Okay.
You actually fly 30 feet straight up, and you're like, oh, I can see her, but she has 3/4 cover.
Ha! I'm gonna take 2 shots at her, and she doesn't get anything from that
Why?
because I got sharpshooter, and I'm also going to take the -5 for +10 on the first shot. So let's
that's
hope.
great.
That's
So
a 15.
I'm gonna action point.
Ah!
So I'm a hitter. Do I hit? Yay. So boom, boom, boom.
Oh my god.
+10.
So
20.
12.
Jesus.
32 points of damage.
Yeah.
Bellum, describe it.
So she's like peeking out over to like double check whether I'm still in vision or not, and I just look at her and I just put on like this nice big smile and get her right in the eye, like literally arrow to the eye. And I look at like over to a Stalbor and say, "We have time for the box, but we should probably get down there to help Kyrann. There's lots of them."
Not that. That'll do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Killing the people who are, transporting the monsters, okay. But killing the mind-enslaved people is just fine. That's fine.
He
That's
smiled
all right.
at
That's
it
allowed.
too. He
He
like
smiled.
looked down the
Bella
arrow,
try
and he's like,
act
"Oh, I'm
like
gonna
he's
enjoy
okay.
murdering this
He
person."
enjoys the murder hobo.
He's like,
We've
like,
I
I-
enjoy
Wow.
when I have to do it.
Wow.
When I have to, he's like, "Word."
I'm
it's
just
good."
saying.
This is a captain of the guard that was very good at their job and whatnot. They're a very successful, goodly person that just happens to be enslaved. I'm going to enjoy murdering this slave.
Would I know that this random
Oh,
captain of the guard?
Scott,
was
stop
good?
with your fucking random
I wouldn't
bits
know
of
that. I
left
would
and-
just know that they were a captain.
Also,
So-
I want to point out
I
that
don't think Kyrann would have murdered her.
Plot for 2 fucking years. I'm
I want-
done with control.
I want to point out that William's character is the kind of person who would live outside, so he's a literal murder hobo.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I know.
I mean, technically,
I'm
we don't have a home
teasing
right now
William.
either. None of us do.
I'm teasing William. I know Bellum. Eric, you were going to say something?
No, I'm just
Just memeing.
It's silly.
Okay,
Wait,
so
so-
keep
okay.
going. You say we're good now. So, Stalbor, what's the plan?
Are we still in combat?
No, that's what I'm asking. What's the plan?
Open box. 5 strength. Find crowbar. I actually just need to wrench a hole in the box so
Yeah, but
Bella
add
would
shit.
see me punch the box.
Punch a hole in the crate.
Punch the hole in the box, and then
You
if
don't
I
punch
make
a hole in the
like-
box.
Is it wood?
It is.
Because you described it as wood before.
It's
It is.
strong wood.
Dense wood. Okay.
It's not
we
just
know-
dense wood. It's magic.
We know it's an extra-dimensional space because the Thorian's bigger than the box.
I didn't know that. Ollie didn't remember that. All right, I open box with crowbar then.
Does it work?
So he goes over and grabs a crowbar and starts trying to rip out the box to open it up. You can roll me a strength check.
Do it, don't be
3
a bitch.
times. You do not successfully open the box with the crowbar.
So,
Trying to rip it or break it open.
After he does trying to rip it and be like, why don't you use some magic to open that box? Kind of the same way he said it to me.
Kyrann, you're swimming
There's
towards the boat down below as
I
Reich.
start going down.
I'm gonna remind you that it was swim speed.
Yep, you're swimming towards the boat down below as Reich finally gets back to the ship overhead and sees Bellum leaving the ship and Stalbor trying to rip open a box. That's what he kind of views. Never mind that conversation. When somebody, while you're swimming, Kyrann, somebody on one of the docks goes, "Oh, well, that's something you don't see every day."
Fly. Jump out of the water.
You kind of jump up out of the water and you fly up and you see there's a guy sitting there on the edge of the pier with like a fishing rod in his hand.
Oh God.
All right, cool.
It's an old rod.
I don't care.
They're like,
Cool.
"Oh wait, you're that Kyrann fella, right?"
I ignore them because I don't care.
I
So
like
you
the
just
imagery of you pulling out of the dock, dripping,
Just
and
Super
just
Saiyan.
stomping along, and they're like, well,
Well, she cast fly on herself.
Yeah,
Oh.
I guess fly.
So she just
Say
flies
leap
out of
out of
the
the water.
far funnier.
do you cast fly on yourself?
Who
Yeah.
said that?
You don't know where Reich is.
You
I
said
don't-
you saw. I thought you said you saw. No, maybe not.
The description was that Reich landed on the ship.
Yes,
That's
you
what-
don't,
You don't
not
know
see
that.
that. You're going like
Okay,
this.
well- That would be nice to know.
You know what, Kyrann?
Fine. I don't
Aaron,
have
I am
time
so
myself.
sorry for not describing that your character whose face is underneath water did
Thank
not
you.
see somebody about
I
100 feet
appreciate it.
overhead land on a ship.
I
You've
accept your
got
apology.
to keep it simple, otherwise people miss things.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Alright, so
sorry.
fine. I continue swimming. I ignore the fucking fisherman because I don't give a fuck
Okay,
about him
sure.
and his life.
So,
You're the Kyrann fellow? Yeah. Obviously.
so you ignore them and they keep swimming. So as you finally get over to your the bowl of the sea and start you playing on the kind of scaling up the side of the ship or blasting a hole into the side of it?
Scaling. I don't want
Sure.
to destroy the ship.
Roll me an athletics check or an acrobatics. Athletics check to climb up the side of the ship. Are you using anything for handholds other than barnacles? Are you gonna try to use a knife,
Mittens.
to get something? I said knife.
Australian might.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna thunder step up on the deck of the ship.
Sure.
Screw
So
you.
there's a huge explosion
Yeah.
of water down below, and you just appear onto the ship overhead. Roll me a perception check, please.
Perception to see nobody's there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everyone's.
They're all
You
watching.
see that fisherman is waving their arms at you, trying to get your attention. And when you look back, what the fuck, and about to look away, all of a sudden you see them turn not into a fisherman.
It was N.
Then. Okay, I need to get the drow spell.
Do you?
Can you shrug while
don't
climbing
really.
a wall?
I'm not climbing a wall. I thunderstepped up.
She's
I
fucking
teleported.
thunderstep. They know she's there. Boom! They're within 300 feet. They're she thunderstepped against the boat. The boat went.
I'll throw my arms up fucking really? And couldn't they give me more information than that?
They knew your name.
They
But
are
also, she's a criminal here, so.
they are now a fisherman again, and start hastily walking towards the boat along the docks. However, from down below deck of the ship, you hear shuffling and noises and whatnot happen, and you also hear a scream of pain happen down below.
Oh no. Okay, I run.
You run what?
I run down below deck.
Sure. You run down below deck, and down below deck, you see that there are a good number of people down below that are standing there and have weapons drawn and whatnot. Now, you don't need to say anything because we all know down below deck are our alleyways. And we all know what Kyrann wants to do with the alleyways down below deck. No?
No.
Hold on, I need to stand up for this.
These people are mind controlled. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not gonna murder them. Because they're making the choice.
Kieran's moral
Kieran's morals are
chart
odd.
requires several. Wright's gonna write a whole thesis.
You know, that would be that would require a +1 to his intelligence too. But okay, so you, Kyrann, go ahead. What do you do?
I'm just gonna hold my arms up. I'm like, hold on. So wait a second. Let's all take a breath.
The person steps out of the doorway up ahead, the doorway that you imagine that the scream of pain came from. It's a person you've never seen before. Clearly, they're dressed in nice clothing. They look to be somebody of nobility from this region, from Droam. So, not Droam. My apologies. What the hell's
Gulbara, because Gulbara has a very specific.
Yes,
clothing
very
style.
different. Hey, Kyrann. Things don't seem to be going in either of our favor.
I mean, I have a new ship. I'm going to the Principalities to do what I wanted to do. Things are working great for me. But that creature controlling you is definitely dead.
Oh my god.
Literally,
You don't
somebody
have to die with it.
somebody
No
starts
under-
rushing forward with a weapon to attack you. One of them, not all of them do. Just emotions overcame
What-
that person because they care so much about the creature that you just threatened the life of. They come
Yep.
rushing with a sword to attack at you. Kyrann, do you wish to retaliate? Roll me an initiative check.
Was the whole trying to open the crate going on basically until this point?
Yeah,
Because what I'm trying to do would be pretty time sensitive and may save Kyrann.
Don't worry, you're good.
Okay. I just like
actually,
to do
Kyrann,
things at
we
some
both
point.
got exactly an 11, which means it goes to the PC. So, one person running at you.
What can I cast? I will cast Fog Cloud.
Okay, so you just completely make it so they can't even see you.
Yep. I will cast Fog Cloud, and I will use my bonus action to jump back as I do it with tempestuous magic. Yep. So they don't quite know where I am.
Yep.
And I will just say, listen, you don't have to die with it, but I will kill you if I have to.
Stalbor, how are you looking to open the crate this second time around?
I cast knock.
Ooh.
Knock.
If it's magically closed, which it is, it opens.
Okay. So.
It would open temporarily, but that's by me.
So it opens up.
I then.
Oh.
What do
you
I
think
see
you think
inside?
you? Hold on. Wait. Who does what?
Oh,
you
we
thinking
in
of break
initiative.
out of
I
it?
didn't know because he didn't tell me to
Oh
roll
no,
initiative.
you just broke it, so it's just gonna go.
No.
And then-
He opened.
oh.
He opened it more or less. So there's the two dimensions are now touching one another. Oh, you don't just get to open it and act. That's not how that works. Where's that button?
You got being consistent, Mr. Scott. If this whole thing was combat, I'd be okay with it.
Mr. Scott.
Mr. Scott.
Mr. Scott.
Let me put it this way. They were definitely preparing a fucking action for you to open that crate.
Oh, I guess if the Thorian saw me running outside, then yeah. It's annoying because I really hope that box was easier to open because I've been preparing to do something, but I can't.
So, right, you see Stalbor try throw a crowbar onto the ground. It sticks into a blunt object sticks into the wood, with him throwing it down so hard. And then he just whips out his book and says a couple of spells, and all of a sudden the thing unlocks, and you're kind of jogging over to it, right, to where Stalbor is, just kind of okay, here, I'm with you, buddy. Or flying over, it doesn't really matter to get over to him. And the thing opens up, and as soon as it opens up, tentacles reach out at him to start trying to grab at him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd like to add that via casting knock, I just swung my staff at the wood. And it went dung, and then cracked open.
I'm gonna.
I don't know why your plan was to open this up. This is...
I give me one action, and I can show you what my plan is, and you'll be like, "That's a good plan, Stalbor." It would have been so good if Bellum had an arrow of knock that he totally should have.
You need to make me one. Make me one.
I would if I could, if I had money.
Yeah, maybe if we had money.
Maybe.
If I had money, Stalbor would be a very different character, but that's kind of why he's like a magic hobo.
Well, that's
He's a magic hobo.
You guys do have a ship full of stuff. And
He
a ship
uses
itself.
magic
We have a
duct
ship full of
tape,
stuff.
if you will.
I still have the rest of that money from that loan I took off from Kundarak, which is now illegal because I promised not to commit any crime.
Oh, I'm dead. There's like actually nothing I can do. You've just killed me.
Hold on.
I have what, an 11?
Stalbor, I touched an AC of 23. Okay? And in touch with the AC of 23, I do the total of, as a tentacle reaches out and grapples you, I do the total of 9 points of bludgeoning and 4 points of piercing damage as a tentacle grabs you and squeezes you really tight and like stabs into you and whatnot. So only 13 damage. Calm down. Okay.
After 9 attacks. Okay, good.
Could you try to get out of a what is it? Make an acrobatics check to get out of a grapple.
You could do athletics
Is
or
it-
acrobatics.
Yeah, it's athletics or acrobatics
Oh,
to escape.
To escape,
Or
correct.
Yes.
Correct. You do your athletic. I keep forgetting that athletics is better for you.
He's an elf with better athletics. Yes.
I know his background
I think
and
it's,
why.
if you're in the grapple, it's only athletics. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's exactly what you needed. You were not grappled by that tentacle. Good job.
Run away.
Hold on, because the
You're running.
other tentacle gets a 27 chance to hit.
Remember when I said it was at all 9 attacks and you said yes? That happened.
Wait,
Okay,
all
good.
9 attacks? It's 2 attacks.
This is 9.
I see 9.
We see 9.
It shows us, Scott. That's why I don't use this one.
Oh, did I press the wrong button?
9 attacks.
Oh, I just pressed the wrong button. It's 2. Is literally all it is.
Oh.
Oh, I was wondering where somebody popped up. It's only 2 attacks. 9 is too many. I'm sorry. So I
Yeah.
just pressed the wrong button right there.
Being so aggressive.
Yeah, that's why he was afraid.
I smell bullshit.
Oh, it has a +9 chance to hit. And I was like, oh, I thought I pressed
It-
9 already. That's why. Okay, my apologies. So, anyways, the second attack hits you.
Rough day.
You're fine. The second attack hits you. This one does 11 points of damage.
Okay.
All right.
Make me an opposed grapple.
Get a 15 or higher.
Yeah, I'm good.
Ooh, it almost went to that one.
You actually evade the grapple again! Ugh! Okay,
Just
so the
bash
Thorian,
the tentacles
when the
away.
thing rips open and what you see behind it is this massive, ginormous plant creature. It is huge. It is bulbous. It doesn't seem to be like one central thing though. It almost looks like it has a whole bunch of, like I was describing a shambling mound before, like a whole mess of tentacles wrapping around each other in knots to create the thing. But then Stalbor, as perceptive as he is, he comes to realize, no, it is not just a mass of tentacles. It just has these huge tentacles that like kind of like burrow into the ground and move it along and whatnot, and the smaller ones that it uses to feed with, all kind of crammed together because it is in kind of a tight space for itself. However, you do see the mouth of this creature. It looks very similar to the way that a mouth of a squid or whatnot looks, right? And you can see the tentacles are grabbing at you and literally trying to pull you into the mouth of the thing. However, despite the fact that Stalbor is not very nimble, Stalbor is not very evasive, and the thing grabs him, starts ripping and pulling and crushing him, and it hurts Stalbor, trying to pull him in. Stalbor starts doing like nerd squirms. You know what I'm talking about? Like
No, like I said, I've got the staff. I'm whacking the tentacles like an old man.
Yes.
Trying to fight gophers.
whacking the tentacles. You're actually extremely strong.
Whack-a-mole.
So like when it
Yeah.
grabs at you, you're actually able to grab part of the thing and like rip it off and then smashing it with your thing, because you actually are disgustingly strong for a scrawny little tiny elf thing. You're disgustingly strong and actually able to fight the thing off and prevent it from grabbing and ripping you into its mouth. Fuck you, Stalbor. It's your turn.
No, I'm the wizard. I'm allowed to have a break. I'm allowed to survive one turn of combat, and then you can out me. That's what I'm allowed as the support wizard, okay? That's how it works.
Stalbor and then Reich. Stalbor first.
I grab it, the tentacle. If I can touch it, I touch it. If I can't, I touch the tentacle, whichever, and I cast Blight.
Oh, blight against a plant is good.
Oh, it's a plant, so it has disadvantage on the save,
Oh.
and it does full damage anyway, which would be so that ignore that damage roll.
Oh.
8 times 8, which I really shouldn't have to pop up the calculator to do, but I would. It would be 64 damage if it fails.
Luckily, I get a +9 for my con saves. Rolling with disadvantage.
Which is understanding. Any magical plant creature is going to have high con, but still, half of 64 is still big.
Okay, so you do the 36 points of damage because unfortunately I'm able to, but holy fuck, that is a lot of damage to it. So that's 36.
I told you I had a
damage.
plan.
Yep. It's a very, very dangerous plan for you, but it is okay.
Stab always runs headfast into danger. He's a hero.
Right.
That's what heroes do.
You witness what I just described, and you're able to run up to join in. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna say, where's Kyrann?
Boom, 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 boom.
It's not attacking me, it's attacking him.
Where's
Yeah,
Kyrann?
but I can't reply. There's just grunting and magical words.
I wanna fucking fight this thing.
I don't want to fight this thing.
I wasn't planning on him opening the box.
What does salt water do to a plant?
Probably nothing great.
Probably the same thing Blight did. Turn it
I just
into-
wanted to throw this thing at the bottom of the ocean inside the alternate dimension. That was my plan. Now we've gone to a whole new thing.
Right, the plans never work.
Yeah, don't you know that by now?
Yeah,
That's because you guys fucked them up.
you've got to be.
No,
Plans
we don't
are
fuck them up. We
fluid.
don't make
No.
them.
You guys cannot say the plans are fucking up. The plans are not the problem. The people enacting the plans are the problem because you're not
You
following
can't-
any plan.
Hey, I
can't
tried to
blame me
follow
for
the
this.
plan.
I was fighting a bee. I have nothing to do with how this event started. Just trying to fix them.
All right.
You can't fuck up the plan if there is no plan. Alright.
Do something.
Kyrann's gonna die. All right, I'm gonna have to fight the Thorian because I don't know that Kyrann's in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have no way of knowing. Which is why I wanted this to happen before she got on the boat. Because I assumed if the Thorian died, they'd at least all fall over or something. Oh no!
So you rush up next to him because he's not able to respond, ripping out your sword, and just start hacking at the thing with your sword. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair assessment. Of course,
18
slashing, same as the other one, is the one damage they don't have resistance to. So 25 chance to hit and 18 chance to hit, both hit. Okay.
All right, so that's 12 and 16. I'm not doing
24, 20, sorry,
Actually, hold on one second. Let me just make sure that.
what? Because it's 28.
Well, I'm just making sure that there's nothing else that I can add on to that. That would be useful. Okay, no, I'm good.
Mr. Scott,
Yeah.
there's an action I would have taken on my turn. I only just remembered I can. After casting Blight, I Misty Step 30 feet backwards.
Bonus
I turn
action.
into a cloud and swoop away out of the tentacles.
You
no.
can't cast.
Yes, I can.
You can't. Cool.
So,
Even though I don't have the thing anymore.
oh, that's funny because. So what happens is when he's in this shitty situation, when Stalbor's in this shitty situation, and he knows that there's no, like, he's like, I'm already fucked up from this thing, and it looks like there's the mouth itself is starting to actively come for me, not just the tentacles trying to draw me to it. Like, this thing doesn't even look like it's fully opened up on me yet. There's no way I could survive. He's smashing these things back, and then he smashes the thing back, both hands on his staff, and then he switches to using the staff with one hand, hitting things back as he draws something from his pack, something that he had saved. Unfortunately, there was an incident that happened on the Bowl of the Sea. Stalbor barely was able to walk away from that incident, and most of his belongings were lost. Fragments of his belongings beforehand were kept, and he actually still had one of those fragments left. There was a drop left of that water that was kept within the broken glass that it was held in. And so he takes that fragment and he's like, maybe this will work. you know, I've been studying magic, studying this sort of thing. Maybe this thing will work. And he actually takes that fragment, that glass, and he cuts it into his hand, allowing that water to flow into his actual bloodstream, and uses the magics in there to mist himself backwards, transforming himself as though he still had the amulet the whole time. Pulling himself, Reich, you've seen him use this maneuver before, pulling himself, just corporeating and recorporeating again, 30 feet away, out of danger. Reich is in danger, however. Reich?
Yeah, my bad. I just forgot about the existence of bonus action.
I forgot another reason that I could, another thing I could do with my bonus action. Never mind.
Reich, this is the correct number of attacks this time around. That's correct. Bam. Okay. Ooh, your AC is a 17. That's perfect. I'm not even joking. My first and second attack both hit an AC of 17. So that's thumbs up for me. The first attack is going to be a tentacle attack. Reich, it hits you. It does a whopping 10 points of damage to you. Once again, as the tentacles start grabbing at you, grabbing your arms, your legs, your waist, and crushing at you. It's both through a combination of crushing, and then because of the natural thorns, the hard portions of it are actually cutting into your flesh as well, doing a combination of bludgeoning and piercing damage for a total of 10 points. The second, make me an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
I'm gonna make acrobatics.
Acro. You're good.
Okay, you are not engulfed. You're able to kind of like maneuver away, get back as the thing pulls you in towards its mouth. You're able to like shimmy to the side, so as it tries to pull you in this way, it's actually pulling the strength the wrong way. You're more or less just using its strength against it to stay out of its mouth and pull yourself away as far as you can from being that close as the tentacles are pulling at you. You're doing all these crazy twists and bends and grapples against the tentacles. The second attack hits you, and once again, a combination of crushing and piercing as it's like ripping and pulling at your body, 11 points of damage. Roll for me your acrobatics check. Similar result. You're able to continue to stay out of the way.
It won't mute for some reason while it's plugged in.
Skype has a mute button.
I couldn't react that quickly.
So, Eric, but then, because the tentacles aren't able to be successful in pulling you towards the mouth, all of a sudden, use the huge tentacles that the thing's comprised of, it shunts itself towards you just like a foot or two to bring the mouth to you, and takes a huge chomping bite at you, and does successfully bite you, dealing to you 12 points of damage. This damage is all piercing. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh. How many blights does Ollie have left?
Oh.
There, as it bites into you, there's like huge globs of ooze that come out of its mouth and try to make its way into your body. It burns as it enters your bloodstream and leaves this itching, burning sensation behind as you're fighting to pull yourself back to the best of your ability. Fortunately for you, the other effects do not kick in from what this does. Fortunately for you. That's its whole turn. God, that was lame! So lame! Okay.
It's not lame. You
super lame.
knocked me below half health in one fucking turn.
Yeah,
that's not.
Like I'm
that's
some
not lame. It's
bitch-made
not the season
motherfucker.
finale anymore. It's the season intro. It's not a boss monster anymore.
Exactly. It's only
Yeah.
by itself now. It's super lame. All right, so
Piece of shit monsters.
it is because it
Maybe
doesn't
you
have.
shouldn't have kept doing like weird plot twists, and we would have fought it in its lair.
All right,
Just
so
saying.
no, this is fine. You actually have a chance of winning this one 2v1. All right, after that is gonna be rank start.
Fuck.
Oh, Star Wars turn.
I was about to say. I just went.
Like I just said in chat, I'm actually super useless because all of my
Oh.
level 3 spell slots are command.
I was hoping you would do that again.
No, I can only do that once.
Did you have a level 4 slot?
I just used it.
Oh, that was what Blight was. My
Blight.
apologies. I forgot Blight was a 4th level spell.
So I have 2nd level spell slots, which I guess that's gonna be what I do.
It's like a level magic missile.
Sorry, Reich. Yeah, I'm
Magic
too busy
missile.
I hate you so
being a
much.
necromancer. Hey,
Why did you open this? Why did you open this container without a plan?
Because Selborg had a plan. He invented this spell to deal with the Thorian,
Whoa,
and the
Ollie.
Thorian was stronger.
What does it say?
That worked so well.
What? What you want
What are you
about?
talking about?
8 times 8 is... Oh, that's why you were saying that. My apologies. You're
64.
good. So I was confused for a second because 64 is exactly double of 36. So I was thinking, oh, it's double what you wrote.
Yeah, you ended
but then
up with a. You
But
ended
no,
up
it's good.
doing it
It's good.
fine.
It's just funny because you literally rolled exactly half. So it just kind of... Sorry, we're good.
Inaccurate.
64
guess-
is
Inaccurate.
32.
Oh, yeah. Either way.
Scott doesn't care about the real numbers.
I crunched the numbers.
I'm gonna be a real good wizard, cast magic missile at that too.
Yay! It definitely hits.
Hero.
Did
I'm
12
sorry, Reich. I kind of hoped that it would work in the moment.
Hey, motherfucker! I have slow fall. I can ditch.
I ditched as much as I can, but I wouldn't have spent my turn moving.
It's okay. The
anymore because-
Thorian now owns the ship. We're taking back the sailing ship. The Thorian gets the flying ship, and then everyone's happy.
Or at least I prepped my character for the next season. Okay.
Okay, and we're going to go back to Kyrann in a second. But first, we have to let our Eric take one more turn. Eric, you're going to ask the question, how does this thing look? And I'm going to say large.
It looks like a fucking big plant.
Is it oozing out of
wasn't
places where you
easy.
cut it? Yes.
I wasn't gonna ask you how it looked. I assumed it looked like shit, regardless of it. It looked like
You
shit
ran
from
into
the
a
beginning.
box, and it's bigger than the box it's in.
And the
Here's
box
the
is way
situation.
bigger than you.
Hold on.
It's
Trying to think
its
of all-
size is huge. So I mean,
I'm trying to think of all the things that I can do to make this thing suck less.
Eric,
Cool.
on the bright side,
Sorry,
on the bright side, if you die, Ollie got a new staff.
I swear to God, if I die, I'm gonna be so pissed. All right, I'm gonna use one of my key points to give him all disadvantages on his next attacks.
That's good. That's a good move.
I am gonna swing at him.
That's
Hey.
also a good move.
Oh,
That's
it's a hit and a
also
crit.
good move.
It's
Right?
a hit or crit. Oh, fuck
Continue
yes.
not believing
Uh,
in yourself. Giving
Only
you
the
power.
left hand side. Only left hand side. So say, wait, can you crit plants in this? I don't remember if you crit plants in
Yes.
5th edition.
Why
Why would you
Yes.
not be able to crit plants?
It's
That
older
older
edition
rules
stuff.
have-
Stupid
Editions.
rule.
No, it's not. It makes sense because there is no discernible anatomy or any
Yeah.
part of a plant that seems to be more vital than
They're
The
totally,
roots, the stems,
actually, definition is
any
though,
of it.
Sure,
depending on how
you cut
do
off
it.
you cut off a plant root, it grows it back. You cut out somebody's kidney, they don't grow
This
it back.
is entirely specific on the
Guys,
monster itself, which
guys.
is why, as a rule, it wouldn't have made
They're
sense.
We will
literally
argue
couldn't be
this when we
something
talk
less
about
important.
3.5. So,
I just dealt this thing 27 points damage, so let's just take a moment to say, let's praise the sun here.
28
And,
damage,
That's
28
32
damage, 28
That's
damage,
27.
28.
Oh, math time. Hey, fuck you. I was one off.
Okay,
Alright, so
so
28.
you do
Fine with
28
that.
damage to it, which is pretty fucking sweet. And now it's going to be the creature's turn, and it's going to
Disadvantage.
not do anything because it actually is going to be the end. You're the bottom of initiative. Kyrann. So
Yeah.
when you jump backwards and you say the words that you say, okay?
Yeah.
You hear the guy respond saying, I'm sure we could come to some sort of terms for us too. And then all of a sudden he gets quiet and it gets very, very, very still on that ship. And then you hear
Nerving.
everybody, like after a couple moments of silence, everybody kind of like, ugh, like makes some sort of like sound of pain. And and then there's like screams of like pain and anger and they all start rushing you
Yeah.
all at once. Every one of them are rushing you at once.
What
Run,
a shame they
Kyrann.
can't see where she is.
She can hear it though.
I can see them. Just fine.
Yeah.
Yep. What do?
You know, I'm gonna cast fly. I'm gonna go like up in the air a little bit.
And you ever?
Sure. They can try to find me on the ground, but.
You're not just gonna lightning bolt them.
Oh shit!
You-
I can't
you-
fly. I can't fly in Fog Club.
You ever see the movie Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
What you gonna do?
What to do?
Leave.
I don't wanna. I don't want to leave everyone here to die. That's the thing. Like if they don't wake up.
Right.
You know, I will cast another first level spell.
Chromatic orb.
Yeah, we'll say just a chromatic orb, like off in the distance somewhere, right?
Okay.
Where it goes is not super important. Who I attack is not super important. Because what I'm using it for
To
is
move
jump
10 feet.
to move 10 feet up in the air. So like I jump upwards. So maybe they'll
Stop
rush
typing
right
your
past
nerd rage and listen to your players.
One, it's not
Yeah.
nerd rage, and two, she's not done describing, so I'm good. You throw a chromatic orb randomly off to the side, and then you want to use that as your chance to kind of like fly backwards a little bit and up in the air a little bit, so you're nice and safe. You're good.
up in the air entirely.
Okay, so or entirely up in the air doesn't matter. You're gonna fall
Yeah.
down 2 seconds later, anyways, because you don't
Okay.
stay flying. It's like you,
No, but I have slow fall. It doesn't matter.
yeah, because you slow fall 60 feet around, you fly at 15 feet.
All right, so I move off to the side.
Okay.
Whatever.
So
I don't
so
I'm trying not to kill them all this round.
yeah. More or less, you're just trying to like run away.
I'm trying to buy time.
Yep,
I'm not
and
trying to run away.
they're gonna kind of like stumble through, run away from the immediate danger. So they're gonna kind of stumbling through the clouds that's down there and whatnot. So they come rushing through and stumbling through. Takes them a moment to actually get to the other side and start looking around. But as soon as they see you,
In fact, you know what I can do instead is I can hide in the cloud, like up against a wall. Essentially.
so you're changing the plan entirely.
No, I fly back towards the wall, like I try to see if they run past.
Okay. Roll me a
I mean,
stealth
it's the
check
inside of a ship, right?
with advantage.
Yeah.
There'll be lots of nooks and crannies to hide in. That's what I thought you were going to do
Exactly.
originally with the fog cloud, like do it in front of the
Yeah.
stairs and then run to the side.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
"Ah!"
Essentially, I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out of the way.
That was my
Okay.
my
So
fucking Scooby Doo plan.
you most of them actually do run by, but then at some point in time, somebody just kind of like happens to go that direction as opposed to the direction that everybody else is going. It's not like they all go the same exact way, and they end up stumbling over where you are and falling to the ground. But then like realize, out here, and it actually is this like very difficult to discern exactly what they're saying. Like it's they seem to be in this like mindless rage right now. They can't feel feelings. They can't think thoughts. They're just like impulse actions of destroy. Much like if you kick a beehive, the bees don't think. They just start swarming everywhere, right?
Whenever you piss off Kyrann, I get it.
So, and because of that, they immediately start turning around, starting to try to like head back to the direction of this one person screaming, right? What do you do now? Aside from kick that one person in the head.
I'm gonna go and start untying the bonds of my crew.
So I'm just gonna argue Ollie out loud because it's easier. You have to know the rules to understand it.
I don't care.
I know.
love
I'm
that.
just saying. As
I
a
don't
point,
care.
I'm
So moving
saying a
on.
point for the set to fucking chat.
So
Very interesting for your fucking YouTube audience right now, Mr. Scott, isn't it?
it's interesting for me because 3.5 is better. So you
You don't think that?
I know. Listen, sometimes I'm like Two-Face, okay? You know what I mean? Like, moving on. So, Kyrann, what are you doing again exactly? Trying to...
Oh, you want to listen?
Yeah. It's just because you try to sneak around the
my
crowd.
crew.
You try to sneak past them to get to where the crew is. This time, you're going to have to roll stealth at disadvantage because you're actually moving through them.
Alright.
Don't suck.
Don't fuck it up.
I love watching Penny.
She's adorable, right?
Jesus
Say
Christ,
something.
Kyrann, you've got a fucking shamrock up your ass. Okay, you move.
It's St.
through the-
Patrick's Day.
Oh, it is. Look at
It
that.
is. Oh, it's a holiday. Forget about. It's just so not important. So you you get your way into like through the crowd of them, kind of like staying to the side as some are running by, and finally, like once you get past them, you just run through the cloud because you can see through it openly, no problems. You can see where they are to maneuver about them, and then turn and make your turn into the area where the crew is. They ran out with such a blind rage that none of them stayed in there. They didn't stay because the threat isn't important anymore. Killing you is what was important, not the threat of killing your crew, right? Mm-hmm. So they literally all left the room. And so when you come running into the room and see the rest of the crew inside there, bound and gagged and whatnot, but none of them really injured. Like, aside from one person, nobody's injured. It happens to be that Savellum does have a bleeding leg, and there's a dagger actively sticking inside the leg. He's literally in there still. So aside from that one person, everybody else seems fine. What do you do as soon as you run in the door?
I'm going to take out my dagger and start cutting the ropes.
So you start trying to free them?
Actually, you know what I would do? I would cast another fog cloud in the room. Because I imagine I'm outside the range now, right?
Because you imagine outside the what?
Outside the range of the other fog cloud, right?
Yes. Yes, you are.
So I'm going to recast fog cloud in this room.
Okay. Like, you gotta like buy yourself some time or whatever. Awesome. So you do that, and of course they're all starting to scramble around. You can hear the boot steps everywhere as they're scrambling around down there trying to find out where you are. We're gonna pull that away from you for a second and bring it back over to the exciting points of Reich and Stalbor. Bellum, you're joining. You're down below, and you see I'll get to you in a second. You see them all. You saw Kyrann kind of like step out of the cloud for a second, decide to change your mind, and go rushing back in, and a whole bunch of others come rushing out of the cloud. You hear combat going on overhead. What do you decide to do? Down to help Kyrann, or up to help them?
Down to help Kyrann. And if I could shoot from here, I would start picking off people.
You don't even have to really make attack rolls. That's just kind of, you start shooting and picking people off, because most of these people are not combatants. They're just significant people, which is why they were taken, right? Some of them are combatants because adventurers sent out there, or guards sent out there, or whatever. But we'll ignore that. Back to Reich and Stalbor. Yeah. So Reich and Stalbor up ahead. It's now the creature's turn, and it's going to attack Reich, all with disadvantage in all of its attacks.
Yeah, boy.
Let's see how good this is.
Hopefully not.
No. How good your ability to resist it is.
Hopefully good.
Hopefully not.
I think it just
You're gonna be thralled, bro.
I'm gonna be dead.
Reich's gonna be thralled. And then Reich's gonna have to fight Stalbor.
I'm gonna be a corpse. So then Stalbor, use my body as a shield, a literal shield.
Eric, first attack of tentacles. Your key gives you the insight to step this way, jump back that way, cut this way, and dodge that way, to make sure that the tentacles aren't able to get a good enough grapple on you to pull you towards its mouth or even harm you. But they do hold you down well enough that other tentacles attacking you are in fact able to grapple at you and get a hold of you and do a crushing and piercing of 12 points of damage. So you do actually take a bit more damage. And then the thing does lunge forward again, trying to bite you. But as it lunges forward, trying to bite you, you again are able to see this happening and are able to shove your sword forward enough to pierce it into the face around, or it doesn't really have a face, but the area around the mouth. So you kind of like flinch backwards and its mouth closed enough that it is not able to successfully bite at you. Oh wait, I don't know why I said that yet. First make me your athletics check. It's important to say first.
Acrobatics.
Aaron, Vine Strike, Grave Strike, and all those other ones.
Mm-hmm. Any self-respecting rogue is gonna have that in 3.5.
Rogues don't get spells, so you have to multiply.
I'm gonna use a action
No,
point.
but they have UMD for a reason.
It's true.
You're killing me.
Oh, never mind. I have to read the rules for if you're actually
Hold on.
What?
Hold
He's
on.
literally killing you.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
Hold
while
your
I'm
side.
holding on, I'm gonna read.
He's like, I can't save face because Stalbor's not close enough.
I'm right there.
Yeah,
You're
but it
30
only
feet
gives
away
me a
from him.
+1. That's not the problem.
Yeah, I don't think a 12's gonna hit.
Awesome. Reich? You good?
I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can add to this.
There's not much
defense.
face to save. You know, you don't got a bunch of friends around you.
But that's not my only ability.
When you give up, roll me another acrobatics or athletics check, please.
Alright, well,
When
it's
you
always
give
gonna be
up.
acrobatics.
Oh. Oh.
So first it grapples you, and then the bite actually does hit you because I have an easier time biting you when you're grappled. So the bite actually does hit you. The bite does sadly only 9 points of damage. It's like it's garbage. So 9 points of piercing damage. So I believe you're still up anyways. But then the creature in Stalwar, you see this, goes and swallows you whole straight into its gullet. It's not good. Could you make me a Constitution saving throw, please?
What the fuck? Reich's the one person Bellum even maybe trusted a little bit.
And one more Constitution saving throw.
The first one's for the bite, the second one's for beating.
I know how swallow mechanics work. This boy's on 1 HP.
Oh.
He's not. Oh wait, there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's
no
a
chance.
chance.
I'm taking minimum damage, and I'm still unconscious. I'm
So,
taking damage every
The
turn.
first one was against the poison that drips into your body from the bite. Okay?
Yep.
So it more or less, you are now have the poisoned condition because of the bite that actually all the goop and everything that seeped into your blood. The second one was for something else entirely that doesn't matter because you're inside of its gullet and you made the save. Good job with your natural 20. Kudos to you. The other effect did not take place. I'm proud of you. Moving on.
You gotta get licked by it to get mind control.
So
It's like when you lick a cupcake to claim it.
Stop, It's your turn.
Hey, take
You
a
just-
wild guess what I do.
Watched Reich get eaten. Magic missile, level 2.
You do 12 points of
12
damage again.
damage.
You know what? Points for consistency.
I can't do anything else because
No,
I'm
no, no, no.
commanding the
Consistency,
crew.
exactly 12 damage is what I mean. I'm not mocking your attack.
There's
I'm
nothing else possible.
commenting on the consistency of damage. All
See,
right.
if I knew it was so bad up there, I'd go to help, but I don't.
Right.
Now I'm gonna fucking
it's your
leave. 'cause
turn.
it's-
Yay! What can I do?
Cut yourself out.
So can I
To
attack?
remove, sorry, I was just thinking for a second. To remove yourself out, it is another acrobatics or athletics check to try to rip yourself free of its gullet.
Ugh.
And you actually do succeed. No jokes. You actually are able to rip yourself out of its mouth. You pull yourself free from its mouth, but are still very wrapped up in its tentacles. You are actually, because you have 2 attacks, you are actually able to make another acrobatics or athletics check to try to pull yourself free from the grapple, too. Oh my god! You fucking pull yourself free from the grapple, too! You
Do I
rip
still have
yourself
my
out of the
movement?
mouth! Stalwar sees this. You're inside the thing. You're literally in its mouth. And you start grabbing it and pulling yourself free and ripping yourself outwards to get into its tentacles. And then ripping away to get yourself out of the tentacles as well. Holy shit, that is absolutely amazing. Oh my god.
All right.
That's
So
nuts.
well, do I still have my movement?
Technically speaking, yes, but it provokes an attack of opportunity to move away. Don't forget.
No, it does not, boy. Key point. I'm out of there.
Uh-oh, I do have to say something though. You
Shut
tech-
up, chat. You're a bunch of fucking narcs.
You're a bunch of narcs.
The
I'm
good
gonna
news
die,
is
you piece of shit.
the good news
Oh,
is
you are poisoned.
you're out of the gullet, so you get to make another acrobatics check with
No,
disadvantage.
I'm not out of the gullet because I was already poisoned inside the gullet.
Yeah, but the 2 rolls was disadvantage. The 21 works. So,
So
you
make
now
your
may
other
make
roll.
a disadvantage acrobatics check to
Yep.
get out
God damn it.
The tentacles. Yeah, hold on.
of. You're still tangled. You
Hold
don't
on,
have movement.
Hold on. I'm
You-
definitely.
Safe
Act-
place.
Scott, you
Hold
look so
on.
happy about murdering someone. You know, that's not. A DM shouldn't take such glee in harming their players. Really,
Pest.
that's really. It shows something twisted in the mind.
With my movement, what's it? It's a
don't.
full action to drink a potion, right?
Yes.
It's a standard action to drink a potion. To use old terms. Action.
Alright.
Yeah.
That's my turn. Yeah,
Okay.
nothing else.
Okay. After you is your bottom of initiative, and the creature is top of initiative, right? You're still inside the tentacles, so it is just going to try to bite you.
Chomp.
You have your
And
key
then
point. Do you
swallow
still
it.
want to give disadvantage?
No. I'm going to. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna use my key point because I didn't use my acrobat. I didn't do that other thing, so yeah, I might as well.
Okay. Reich.
So I am gonna use one of my psionic abilities, my psychic backlash. It also imposes disadvantage, but it doesn't really matter. I'm more using it for the 2d10 damage.
Gotcha. Is it a disadvantage for one attack or for several?
For the one attack,
Okay.
So it would be the first attack.
Oh, it's only going to be able to bite at you once?
Yeah, so I would just be for the bite, but it doesn't matter. It's already disadvantage anyways.
So you don't have to use the key point, I'm saying.
Oh, so it only has the one attack?
Yeah.
All right, so then yeah, I would just rather than blowing the key point, I'm going to use a psychic backlash.
Okay.
And it takes 9 points damage.
It doesn't actually get to hit you. It does. Its total chance is only a 12 because of the disadvantage. So it actually does not successfully bite you with its turn. However, what it is going to do, is it's not happy with how things are currently playing out. 1 second. Bellum, you see... So it takes 9 points of damage. Ouchies. Bellum, all of a sudden you see one of the creatures down below that you're shooting at, and I'm going to say creatures to make you feel good about the fact that you're murdering innocent people. All of a sudden start grabbing their head. And like, start
They're
shriveling
acting like
up.
Pod people, they're creatures now.
It starts like shriveling up, and like almost like their juices have been sucked from their body, and they shrivel up into like a hardened wood creature in the fetal position, just lying there dead on the deck below. And many wounds on the Thorian itself actually start to close.
That's long range. How far up is the ship? That's long range on an ability.
Yep.
But I guess it's a city spanning creature, right?
It's most of its abilities are a mile. Yep. So thank you, Eric.
See, if I kill these things, then it can't use them to heal.
Yeah,
That's just
yeah.
a fact.
You don't break the
you
healing
need
potions.
to kill the ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone needs to kill the ads, otherwise bad things happen.
All right. So Stalbor, what do you do? Also it crawled out of the box. Stalbor also crawled out of the box. But that's all.
It's crawling out of the box. In which case, I would continue. Well, let me think for a fucking second of what I can do with my level 1 spell slots.
Just do as much damage as you can, because we've done a lot of damage.
Sleep.
Come on.
Yeah. But my first thing was I don't have it. Not it wouldn't work. There's like actually nothing I can do. That's
You're consistently doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, just keep doing damage, man. That's the best we can do.
Yeah.
It's like the Beholder all over again.
I back up as much as I can and cast Magic Missile level 2.
Yeah, boy.
And now I only have first level spell slots.
Ooh, a big one, 16 damage. That's pretty fucking sweet.
Oh yeah, I feel real good about it.
Is this thing going down yet?
You're actually hurting the shit out of this thing. So,
please
all right,
die.
Hurting the shit out of my thing, right? He's gonna die over there.
And
I got 1 health.
Right, what's your HP at?
I have 1 health.
Reich, it's your turn. You can make an acrobatics check.
Heal.
With disadvantage. The fuckers.
Piece of shit. Fucking disadvantage. Poison bull dicks. God damn it.
God damn you, Bernice.
I'm rolling another d6, boys. Let's see if I can.
Yay!
Yes! 17.
You still have an attack.
Fuck that. I'm going to disengage.
Well, you can attack before you disengage.
Well, with that attack, will I be able to quaff a potion, or is
No.
that a full? No.
Correct.
So, then I'm gonna attack.
and whiff.
Is poison also?
No. Wait. Yes, I believe
Poison
yes.
Poison
I
is
believe
disadvantage on every.
Yes. It's attack
I
rolls
was
and
pretty
ability
sure
checks,
it's like-
not saving throws.
Ah. I always forget that bit. I thought
That's
it was
also not skills, which I've been doing skill checks by the way.
Attack rolls and ability checks. Ability checks are skills.
Really?
Yes.
Got him.
Yeah.
18 hits.
18 hits.
But only because I've hit with that before.
And 14
Hey,
damage
hey.
is considerable. And then you spend a key point to disengage.
Yep. So I'm getting the fuck out of dodge.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Then you run past me because you're fast.
I'm just gonna
And
be
at
like,
that point, I just be like, "Time to run, right? Yes,
fast
good."
as fuck, boy. Fast as fuck. He owns this ship now, dude. This is his ship.
On its turn, it actually just uses its sheer weight and strength and muscle and tentacles and starts slamming into the deck of the ship, shattering the wood around it, allowing it to like explode downwards into the ship. So it's kind of like underneath cover, and you can hear some like movement happening down below. Not a lot of movement, but some. And it's out of your sight.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, are we not in combat anymore?
What?
Are we not in combat?
It's up to you. Do you go running down that ship too?
Are there
He goes
lifeboats
down-
on the ship?
He jumped down to the below ship.
Yes. It busted
He's
its
going
way through
down
the
the
deck.
decks.
Yeah.
Slowly. There's probably like 3 decks or so.
Oh,
Are there
shit.
lifeboats on this ship?
Yes. There's a means off.
I'm
the
running
ship.
to a lifeboat.
Yeah.
Abandoned ship. And actually, Stauber
I
will
really
yell
wanna
abandoned ship.
I really want to fly ship.
Rank tries to think happy thoughts, but it doesn't work.
It's not effective.
So do you follow Stalboard to the lifeboat?
I haven't been paying attention. Did you guys
First-
ruin my ship?
Yeah.
No, the Thorian ruined the ship. It's
Son of
actually
a bitches.
not us. The Thorian is
I'm gonna
breaking
quaff
the
my
ship.
potion.
We're staying on the bowl.
You drink your potion. Do you join Stalboard?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let me
I
see
was
how much I
upset,
heal
like-
first. Cure wounds is just 2d4 plus 1, right?
Cure wounds or a healing potion?
Healing potion.
Yeah.
2d4
Oh,
plus 2.
Eric, fuck. You still rolled your attack roll without disadvantage. You Eric'd it, even though we specifically said roll at disadvantage. And we all accepted the Ericing.
We did say roll disadvantage, and he was like, "All right." Click.
It's at most a loss of 14
Luckily,
damage.
Memington there is there
Yeah.
to keep us honest.
And Memington-
Thank you, Mem. I'm going to take my 14 health back.
So you didn't
Not
tunnel,
your
then,
health, it's the Thorian's health.
right?
Oh, it's still
Thorian-
tunneled. It's still tunneled.
Oh.
Memington got dead, narc. I'll remember
You
this.
can action point it if you want.
Who gives a fuck?
Nah, fuck that. I'm saving my action points so I don't die. Alright,
Billy, we just leveled.
Roll your
Yeah,
healing.
fuck that. It's 2d4 plus 1, right?
Yes.
Who?
Oh, so you plus 2, like Ollie said. So 7 health. So you have 8 health total.
Yeah, boy. Fuck, I can't go after this thing, but I don't want it to be left alive.
Is it your life for its life? Or just your life?
It's not. That's the problem. Is if it was an actual chance to be my life for its life, I might go for it. But at this point, I'll just die by myself. God damn it! All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with them.
You guys abandoned ship. As you guys are flying down there, and Bellum's making all these attacks and everything, Kieran's with her crew. She summoned up the fog cloud. I imagine slammed the door shut and is trying to like hold them at bay as they're slamming against the door. After she cut the first crew member free, she tosses like them the knife, so they're kind of like cutting each other
like,
free and whatnot, and like rushing over to help her keep the door shut. Like, what's going on? You know, like that whole bit, like filling them in. Eventually, it just all stops again. Gets completely silent. What Bellum sees is his target stops moving. Everybody stops moving, but Bellum sees his target stop moving, takes the shot, and it drops. And he's like, okay, cool. Goes to line up his next shot. They're still not moving. And you hear, Bellum, you can hear this too, but much more faint for you. You hear very loudly one of amongst the crowd on the other side of the door yelling, "Leave us be, we leave you be."
Why the sudden change?
Leave us be, we leave you be. You're on your ship
Oh.
with your crew. You can take it and sail, and we will not stop you. We will not harm you. We will not seek you.
No. You got that easy. Am I right? Were you being mind controlled? Do you feel better now? You're welcome.
We were being mind controlled. We feel better now. You are right.
Great.
Sail away, and we will leave you be.
This is the Thorian talking through them.
You're welcome.
Now they're being. It's not even trying anymore to hold
Yeah.
the pretense.
Yeah.
She's
Okay,
like, I don't care. They said I was right, so that's all I wanted. They can
That's all
go
I
now.
want.
It's got an upgrade. It's got an airship to itself now.
That's all I care about.
No, we do not. We do not let this thing ride, Aaron. Especially with the airship. That is a bad idea.
Just a side question: do we have cannons on our ship?
No.
Mobile
Why?
fucking Thorian. Not. I'm not about that.
Don't
We're
worry,
we're
Bellum
transport ship.
will kill this thing.
I am the cannon. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna kind of gesture to my crew to continue
Does Bellum start
cutting their bows.
continue shooting even though he heard this?
No, he'd probably wait.
You
Probably.
see Stalbor and Reich flying down over to where you are.
I'm gonna yell to them.
Yep.
What's going on?
It's very injured.
It
So
broke
am I.
free.
Oh. You want me to finish it off?
I would not recommend going alone.
I go.
Oh, the fuck.
Okay. I mean,
And I guess then I pilot the
No.
ship.
I'm going to be clear. I'm going to be very fucking clear. This is the Beholder all over again. You have an opportunity to not continue fighting.
No.
Should
I
you no
understand that.
should
Don't
you
have an
choose to
opportunity
continue
not
fighting? Should you choose to accept this mission?
First off, Luca
being
did
clear.
not have an option. Second off, I'm on a flying carpet and I am going to get to see if there's a vantage point.
Sure.
That is my goal.
Do you choose to accept this mission?
I choose to go see
Thank
if
you.
I can have a
Okay,
vantage
so
point.
you go fly up and you fly to the top of the ship and you see the crate is open and the crate is empty. But you see the huge hole. You fly over the hole. You don't see anything in the hole.
Ha. Hold on one quick second. I just wanna,
I want to talk to Kyrann.
No.
Well, the
no.
person responds saying, "We're making a deal with you, yet your friends aren't listening."
What are we doing? I'm coming down.
It's talking to Kyrann.
If I hover,
I'm still like stalling, trying to buy time for my crew to like untie themselves.
Oh, they're all untied.
They're all untied?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me come out and I will talk to them.
There's a pause for a second. Kyrann, you can all die here or you can all live here.
Jesus Christ.
Are you making a deal with me out of the goodness of your hearts?
Things have gone awry for all of us.
Hmm.
We're willing to let you leave our port and never return, and we will be more than happy to let you go your separate way, and nobody will harm you.
Here is the problem. This is not your port. And I'm gonna lightning bolt through the door.
Okay. Awesome.
Got him.
I have
your
given.
door.
I have been nice, but it doesn't
10
matter.
gold you've just destroyed there.
It doesn't matter because this will
was a nice
conclude our
door.
session for this week. Next week we will continue to pick up this combat and see where things go from there.
Rip door.
Rip.
Bye, door.
Bye, door.
Rest in peace, door. Can we get some rippy bits for the door? That's what
Yeah,
I'm looking
let's
for. Rippy bits for the
let's
door.
throw out some
Hey,
rips
the
for
door
the door.
isn't destroyed until next week.
No,
It's
it's canon.
It's like mid-air
It's canon, dude. It's already canon.
towards the door.
Door. Rip door.
And then the credits roll.
Rippy bits for the door.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. I like this. This was a good way to start off the start off
This
the
is just the
Worm?
last
Worm?
episode part 2.
More or less, because things were changed between chapters, unfortunately. Ollie, who are you? Okay, fine.
I'm Ollie. Ollie Rant in some places, Ollie Smith Art in others. I'm streaming a real cute game at the moment called Ghost of a Tale, where I'm playing a mouse in a land of rats. And that's cool. And I might post art at some point during this weekend. Let's be honest, I probably won't. And that's it. And I'm tired and grumpy, and I got attacked by a really big bee. I'm not happy about it. Spring sucks.
Spring. We had a snowstorm 2 days ago and another one in 5 days.
Yeah, we're getting more snow.
Well, I want to know how the bee survived.
Because it's a nest in your house.
In
or
your
hide
house.
Yeah. It's the only way.
I'm not happy.
It's house now.
Yep. It is its house. You are an invader of its home. Good luck.
Like the Thorian, but in
Hopefully you're not allergic. We'll see you on the other side.
Who's next?
Aaron, who are you? How can we find you?
I'm Aaron. I'm Rinson on the things, and I play D&D with Scott and Ollie. And I sometimes take their games in different directions. And that's what I do in my life. I'm also super active on the Discord. I do occasionally do fun things on there. So if you want to join that, that's the best way to contact me. And that's all.
Will? Actually, stop for a second. Aaron, how many weeks are you going to be off of Wednesday?
One, maybe?
1 week off of Wednesday, and then we'll have you
Yeah.
back?
I think so.
So 1 or 2
28
weeks.
is actually a hard maybe.
Yep.
But I believe I was explicitly told I could have that one off.
So we're
yeah.
gonna assume off for 2 weeks, and then you're gonna come back for all the campaigns and all the funds. Perfect.
Yep.
Bellum, please.
All right, you can find me at Will Call Brewing, mainly on Instagram, but on all the social media networks. You can follow my story starting a brewery, and probably I'll be posting a lot because I spend St. Patrick's Day drinking for like 23 hours straight. So, yeah, I'm gonna go get to that now. So
It's a dumb holiday.
it is.
There are no
That's fine.
steaks indigenous
It's
to
not even
Ireland.
done
so.
here. You realize?
Well, why would
And
it be done in
Ireland's
England?
like over there.
He's
Why
like,
would it be done
he
in
like
England?
leans out his window. Hi, Ireland.
America's just making
We don't
great
even
holidays out of
we
things.
don't even celebrate St. George's Day, the patron saint of England.
Okay, I was like, who's
Who
that?
gives a fuck? Yeah, exactly. Who gives a fuck?
Is there a patron saint of America?
No.
Donald
Maybe,
Trump.
actually.
Okay. Eric, who are you? How can we find you?
I'm Coonside64
No.
on the things. I'm not. I'm active on the Discord and on Twitter. Hit me up there.
See, now I have to say patron saint of walls.
The lady of
I'm
Guadalupe is
going.
the,
I gotta hit the
patron
restroom.
saint of America.
What was that, Ollie?
The Lady of Guadalupe. Patron saint
Lady
the
of
Americas.
Guadalupe. Ooh, okay.
Sounds wonderful.
You ask Wikipedia. Oh,
Oy vey. All right.
actually, you got like 5.
You know, I do have to say, Byrne has a very solid point. He says we in the United States have more Irish people than Ireland. That's true. All of Boston is Irish. 100% Irish. Doesn't matter what ethnicity you are or what country you come from. 100% of Boston and the greater Boston area, which is millions of people, is Irish. At least for the next 22 hours and 30 minutes. Or at
Fact.
least my entire upbringing has told me that. So, I mean...
One of the other saints is Raphael of Brooklyn, who just sounds cool and
He
has
does!
a rockin' beard.
Rockin' Beard and likes pizza.
He's Russian. So many of these saints are Russian. One of the other ones is
Whoa.
Vicon
Hold
of
on.
Moscow.
The patron saint of Ireland, you know, right? St. Patrick, he was from Italy.
What is up with...
You don't have to be, because you know what? The world itself is just begging for immigration from one country to the other. That's how we all become together and share unity in Catholicism, bound to your overlord, the Pope. So, thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a great night. Bye-bye.